and to the only group of people on the earth sick with racism, get well soon. So to the depraved, sick-minded racists who have used your limp noodle facade of loving the flag so damn much and caring so much about the damn veterans, and to all of you sick, depraved demons who burned your Nike gear, where are your voices now? Silence from the racist pablum-puking demons. The case of Botham Shem Jean. The Jedi speaks. I decided to speak on this for one reason, and one reason only. Because like all of you, I was deeply furious about this entire event. But the thing that pushed me, and I saw it as a sign from the universe, is when his mother spoke at a press conference and called this murderess a devil.
Who are really dirty and are going to cover up for the devil, Amber Guyger.
A devil. She was speaking directly to my symphony. Do you understand? And it is about time some of our people step to the mic and call these people exactly what the fuck they are. Devils. Paid murdering devils. That's what they are. And to you Nike gear burners and you overly patriotic fucks, I'll cite for you that this depraved bitch was wearing an American flag on her damn uniform. The American flag for African people in this country is nothing but the equivalent of the Nazi flag, the swastika, that no self-respecting Jew, authentic or otherwise, would be seen giving any credence or respect to. So shall it be for African people and this grand old American flag. We're over it. We're over it. I call on my people who aren't already exercising this right, that you must never ever sing a single note of that national anthem, and you must never ever say a single verse of their Pledge of Allegiance. Our Pledge of Allegiance is to our Maker first. It is then to our ancestors, and then it is to each other. You must forbid your children, no matter what their age, as long as they're under your roof, that it is a family policy, a cultural right, that they shall never sing a single bar of that damn national anthem and never ever fix their mouth to say the Pledge of Allegiance. I proclaim. We will not be kicked down, abused, oppressed, plotted against. We will not be abused by this demon and then be forced to pledge allegiance to any of his bullshit. Isn't it funny that right now you have the hashtag #MeToo bubbling back up because of the CBS big executive worth $700 million, Julie Chen's husband. And it's all this fake ass white outpouring of sympathy for the victims that you haven't even seen. You just hear that they're a victim and you're all washed away in fucking tears and shit. But you can see our dead carcasses in the street and we hear nothing from your ass. Judgment shall be given. It is time for us as a people to draw together with those that are like-minded amongst our own and turn our backs on those who are not. They are either with us or they are against us. There is no middle ground. Like Bush said, you're either with us or you're with the terrorists. I proclaim the same policy for African people on this day. On this day. You see, because we went from the in the shadows shooting, murdering, and beating of us and incarcerating us to the technology that allows us to see at least some percentage of the daily fray. A percentage, I say to you. Then we went to white bitches calling police on people for the smallest thing. Now, they're coming into your home. And then they're treated as if they were the ones that had gotten intruded upon. We cannot stand for this as a people. And our allegiance should be with the Shem Jean family in this hour. I need to also let you know that his mother is a very eloquent woman. This woman is in a high government position in her country. She is an educated woman, as was her son. This is not Lakeisha. This is not LaWanda. This ain't Mike Brown's mama with purple fucking hair. Do you understand me? This ain't Eric Garner's wife. God love her. And we can keep going down the list. This woman is defiant. And she is determined. That makes her a hero. And as you can see, the entire family is dignified. I don't see any t-shirts with logos and all of it. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. But I chose this article to begin with, and I have several videos lined up as well. I chose this to begin with because of the fake white racist patriotism. That it's a disrespect to the flag and those who fight for our country and all the other pablum vomit that drips from their lips just to try to hide their vicious, demonic racism that goes to the very core of their DNA. Not among the human species, I proclaim. So this is the quintessent case to bring to challenge that racism and say, you're exposed. Now what? Now what? Now what? So, because in their depraved racist minds, no one's supposed to protest about this, everybody. Nobody's supposed to protest about this. But I turned channels again for you that you're supposed to be in deep mourning over these maybe 12 victims of this #MeToo bullshit that no one has seen yet. But all of the mourning has started. This is clear and present evidence of hatred for black life, and this is how you must define it to your children. You tell them, yes, a black man was murdered by a white racist whore, and that's because they hate black life, period. I would also call on the alleged good white people that exist, because your silence is bursting my eardrums at this hour. Where are you? Or are you? I ask. This is white hypocrisy on display, everybody. It is white collusion. It is white hatred. It is white racism. It is white demonism. It is the depravity of black life, the stealing of any human rights that we have been given by the Creator of the heavens and the earth. It is good old boy. It is covering up. It is conspiracy. And I proclaim to you that this was premeditated murder. Do I know the reason why? No. I don't. But in one report, I understood that there was, because this whore lived directly under our brother, and at least 2 times in the past, she had complained about him walking around in his apartment above her. We know this now. We also know that she looks like a cricket. You understand? It's important to know people, everybody. When you're looking, and I don't say that these are people, but I'm just using that word as an action verb to, or action noun to have something to give you something tangible. You can insert whatever you'd like there. Certainly not human. But I will use the term people at this point. It's important that you see. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. When you show me, you can line up several Africans in front of me, continental Africans. I can point out the Nigerian. I can point out the Ethiopian. I can point out the Somali. That's as far as I get. There's 54 countries in Africa. I'm still working it out. But I got those down. I can spot it and see it. You show me several Arabs, I can show you the Jordanian. I will show you the Egyptian, and I'll show you the Saudi. I will also show you the Iraqi, and the Afghani, and the Pakistani. Why do I bring this? Because as someone who's had a very eclectic life, I've lived all over the country, and I've lived in the South. But more than that, take that emphasis off the South, because that is a misnomer. Wherever white people exist, there is racism, period, and others responding to that and being accused of being racist just like them. Stop falling for it. The only racists on the earth are these people. Let us all be clear. But why I bring that now is because just like in the OJ trial, when I saw they were showing, I didn't see a close-up. I didn't see him like sitting in the courtroom at first. I saw an on-scene video of Mark Furman. Didn't know his name yet. They were just saying it at that point. The moment I saw him, I said, that guy is the biggest racist you're ever going to meet. I saw it. I saw it before any tapes, before any getting on the witness stand and claiming the fifth and all the bullshit. I saw it. Do you understand? Some of them, it's brimming over so much and it's in their genes so much that it comes out in physical features and you can literally see it. This is the truth, I say. I swear by Allah. I saw this bitch and she looks like a praying mantis. So I knew immediately, racist whore. Immediately. We're going to walk through this case. But I want to begin with this because of the thumbnail that I put together and because of my opening statement. I want to begin with this because it says the cousin pins an open letter asking the Dallas Cowboys to take a knee for her slain loved one. I pray Allah they're going to do this. And then we will see what the white racists will say then. But know this, white racist. This headline vindicates Colin Kaepernick. Not that he needed it from us. But you don't have a single leg to stand on. So why don't you just stew and choke on your own vomit? Why don't you choke on your own vomit? Because that's what we're dealing with here. We knew it from the beginning, everybody. They have a visceral hate for black life. Increasingly so because we're not supposed to be able to do anything at all. And now they're beginning to see that we're everywhere and they're outnumbered. And they also understand that their biology, their little physical biology, whatever it's made of, they are dying off. They're not able to produce themselves at the rate of everybody else. And this makes them sick. it also makes them inhuman, because nobody else on the earth would give a fuck if it was happening to them. Period. Nobody else would care, because nobody else on the earth is obsessed with being number one and being the greatest and running everything and controlling everything and just all the shit. Nobody else is. It's only these people that are obsessed with that. You understand? And so we don't know what the numbers are. I say again, where are the alleged good white people? Step forward and speak loudly. Where's your video? Where's your video to condemn? Where is it? Where is your video to proclaim that some racist bullshit and that they're just using the flag and veterans to try to unsuccessfully mask their vitriolic hate for African life? Where's your video, I ask you now? Where is it? Where is it? Somehow the universe tells me I won't be seeing it because it won't exist. But maybe, just maybe, you can prove me wrong. Maybe. I haven't been wrong since 1983. That's a fact. I actually was just wrong 2 days ago. Shout out to Khalifa of the Most High. I said I don't know any black male tennis players. And damn it was Arthur Ashe. And that was the very first book report I ever did in my life, was on Arthur Ashe. I'm over me. But I digress. Botham Shem Jean. And I need my people to say Botham. Say it now. Botham. That is the only way that you shall say it from this moment forth. Because the vessel of life that gave birth to this king, that's how she says it. Botham. So shall it be with you. Period. Don't follow this devil with that bullshit. Botham was the name of this king. 26 years old. By the way, he would have been 27 on the 29th of this month. I'm seething. I'm seething. And I give thanks and praise to Allah that I'm not in Dallas. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Now, this is from 18th September. Nearly 2 weeks after our king Botham Shem Jean was killed in his own apartment by an off-duty white whore, racist bitch, Amber Slut, his cousin asked for the Dallas Cowboys to take a knee in his honor. I love this because this is pressure. It's saying to those other potential coons on the Dallas team, will you shit in my face now? Will you shit in our family's face? Are you so much of a bitch that you can't take a knee for our brother? I don't even watch football, but you are going to tell me in your comments down below, you're going to tell me when this game is going to air, and I will be sitting my scrawny ass in front of the TV watching it. Just for that. Just for that. So, my Cowboys fans, holla at your boy. In an open letter addressed to them, on her personal Facebook page, Pertula Red wrote on Sunday about her experience coming to Texas for the first time in August 2000, from her small home in St. Lucia, and the difficult process of calling it her home. The one thing she recalls bringing herself and other Texans together, however, was rooting for the NFL team and wearing her Cowboys pride, especially as the team provided her with her very first summer job. Having not yet adjusted to the Texas heat and my skinny frame draped in a large Dallas Cowboys event staff t-shirt, I walked to my very first summer gig as a security guard for your team, she wrote. Oh, I love it. Like I worked for you. Like most of my West Indian classmates at Midwestern State University, I took pride in wearing the oversized t-shirt and showing up for the Cowboys. For many years, the Caribbean students at Midwestern State made this a favorite summer tradition, end quote. But after September 6th, when her cousin was murdered by this white racist whore in his apartment, Red is now turning to the Cowboys for support yet again, this time under more public and political circumstances. Listen, I'll agree with the public, but it's not political. This is only a problem because of white people. That's it. Nobody else would give a fuck if they didn't exist on the earth. You understand? Imagine they don't exist at all. And somebody else, there was another race of aliens that was doing something to our people, and our brothers came out and kneeled. Nobody would have anything but respect. The only people that get ass hurt and always looking for something to be fucking offended by is goddamn it white people. Stop this video when I start lying. Just stop it. This is from her Facebook. Take a knee for Botham Shem Jean, an open letter to the Dallas. Okay, so I guess I probably need to click on this. Because I don't know if this is going to be in the article. Yeah, we'll read this. Take a knee for Botham Shem Jean, an open letter to the Dallas Cowboys. Dear Dallas Cowboys, I was 23 years old when I landed on the fiery tarmac in Wichita Falls, Texas in August 2000. From my small island home of St. Lucia, the following summer, having not yet adjusted to the Texas heat and my skinny frame draped in a large Dallas Cowboys event staff t-shirt, I walked to my very first summer gig as a security guard for your team. Like most of my West Indian classmates at Midwestern State University, I took pride in wearing the oversized t-shirt and showing up for the Cowboys. For many years, the Caribbean students at Midwest State made this a favorite summer tradition. Botham Shem Jean was my cousin. When off-duty white racist whore unlawfully entered his apartment on purpose and chose to murder him by shooting him twice in his own home, we were robbed of a family member. Botham was a human being, not only violently taken from our family, but also from his friends, co-workers, and the entire human race. I love that. I love that she added that. And the entire human race. Because that's saying he was a part of God's existence. That he mattered. That's a revealing statement of her worldview. You understand? Wow. This is a deep sister. I can tell you that just from that line. Just that she had, and the entire human race. That's not a throwaway line, everybody. That is not a throwaway line. That is a profound statement. And a witness to her intellectual property. I'm deeply impressed. Wow. For just a moment, I ask you to forget about race, forget about the stars and the stripes, and forget about the anthem, because all of these things, like borders, race, and nationality, are man-made constructs. Consider for one moment that none of these social constructs exist. For just this moment, I ask you to think only of the facts of the injustice perpetrated against another human being. A human being that could be you, your child, your family, or your friend. You and all these people are human beings just like Botham. For just this moment, forget about the gun debate and the political strife, and think about the grief of a parent. For just this moment, try to imagine the pain of losing a child. I want to stop and say this, everybody, because, you know, we've seen all kinds of sports events across the country. They can be high school, they can be junior high and middle school, they can be college, they can be everything where it's been some sort of tragedy. And then everybody's supposed to have a moment of silence and be all sad over it because they say be sad over the shit. But when it's a black life, there's no call to be sad over that. Do you understand? The evidence is clear, and I'm laying out the fucking prosecution in this bitch. Botham Shem Jean did not take his possessions with him when he left this earth so tragically and violently. He did not take with him his skin color or his nationality. I imagine that he took with him the higher understanding that all human beings have a purpose on this earth. Like Jesus, Bob Marley, Martin Luther King, and many other change makers, Botham Shem Jean earned his wings at a young age, and we are responsible for continuing his work on this earth. Perhaps this was part of his purpose and higher calling, and that he and his Creator agreed to the terms of his transition. Perhaps we can all take a knee because he can't even take a breath. Subhanallah. 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 Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. If you could only forget the rhetoric for one moment and stand up against injustice and violence by taking a knee for Botham Shem Jean, it would be the easiest act and the loudest message. Take a knee for Botham to peacefully protest police brutality. Take a knee for Botham because his life is more valuable than cloth and words. Take a knee for Botham because his killer should not walk free and the bitch needs to die. Take a knee for Botham because you object to senseless murders by authorities and white racist devils. Take a knee for Botham because your flag and anthem should represent justice. Take a knee for Botham because you have the right to peaceful free speech. Take a knee for Botham because it is the right thing to do. I love this sister. I love her. I love her. I love her. I love her. Wow. That is a deep sister. Wow. Like, that's wife material. You feel me? Just, wow. After reiterating the hardship of losing a family member, she ultimately asked the team to forget about race, forget about the stars and the stripes, and forget about the anthem, and instead to think about the injustice that took place against another human being. Botham Shem Jean did not take his possessions with him when he left this earth so tragically and violently. Okay, we read that perhaps. Take a breath. Okay, last October, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones told Sports Day that players who took a knee wouldn't play. Even after Red's plea on Sunday, the team stuck with Jones's policy. So this has happened already. Okay, wait, this article is from the 18th, which is now yesterday. I started this yesterday, but now it's the 19th. But today is Wednesday now. Just a second. When did she write this? But after 6 is when her cousin was shot in an apartment. Red is now turning. It just says, but after September 6th, when he was murdered. Okay, this says on Sunday. Pertula Red, Sunday. Oh, and when you hover over it, it says Sunday, September 16th. So, she tweeted, well, that's Facebook. She Facebooked this on Sunday, so 3 days ago. Are we all up to speed? We know where we at? Alright, well, fine. So, that means strike, then telling me when it airs, and so I could watch it. I'm over it. So last October, this devil, another racist white devil, clearly, because how you gonna have your very product, if you will, and I use that word just as a parable here. Your product is black men, and they are the victims of all this racist white bullshit in this nation since 1619. And that you would say to them, what would the bitch say? The players who took a knee wouldn't play. Listen, this is what irks my ass, everybody. Is the fact that we can't get like a bunch of fucking famous black men, like everybody black that's famous that's male. You understand what I'm telling you? To hold a mass press conference, like including like Farrakhan and Jesse fucking Jackson's fake ass and Al Sharpton. We just need their fake ass because they famous. All right, we don't really want them to. All right, but we'll take goddamn it Sharpton and Jackson. But I'm talking about like all the damn these Oscar-winning fucking people that we have, or in these Emmy damn people that we had to look at, and all of your professional athletes, and you just goddamn it, Don Lemon's bitch ass. I'm just trying to. I can't find any names right now, but you know what I'm saying. Like every single male person that is a household name, and you know they face instantly when you see it, should be on TV, on radio, on social media, saying, all black men are part of the NFL. Walk your ass out and leave these fucking white devils standing there with an empty fucking dusty ass bag. We could shut down fucking the NFL in this bitch overnight. And ain't shit they could say cause can't none of them play. None of them. Cause if they could, they would have already replaced the brothers decades ago. It would be a boring ass game without brothers out there. That's what we need. Do you understand what I'm telling you? We need Barack Obama to come out, even though he's not even fucking president anymore. He's still goddamn it famous and the whole world knows him. We need African leaders of African nations on fucking CNN and on international television and on social media and everything saying, don't play the game at all. End it right now. We playing this little piss game with these motherfuckers when we own the shit, basically. I show up at the playground with my damn ball. Everybody's giving me shit. I got the ball. I'm the one with leverage. I walk the fuck off. Now y'all don't got no game. Now what? It's that simple. It's that simple. You see? But you're dealing with a populace of African people who have no fucking self-control, no self-restraint, and no sense of principle, and not willing to martyr yourself for what the fuck is the common good. Wallahi, if I was a damn NFL player, this shit you would have known about me like 5 minutes after this shit ever first started. It would have been next day, player Jedi quits. Done. Encourages others to bring their bitch ass on too. That would be the headline. I'm over it. I'm over it. We're playing this pissing game with these motherfuckers that don't like us, and they're so arrogant and depend on our division that's why they come on and talk shit and have a goddamn opinion and burning their Nikes and all the bullshit. Fuck you. We're not playing your game. How about that? And you take your millions, and then you source out all the fucking wealthiest ass billionaires, African billionaires around the earth, because there's a lot of them out there. And you start your own separate shit, leaving this white devil standing in his own fucking vomit. End of game. So we have some responsibility here too. For being fucking weak. And loving this world and a damn coin over your creator and what is right. I hope all they bitch ass get major fucking injuries and spinal fucking breaks and shit. Now your bitch ass can't play. You should have left when you had a chance. We don't feel sorry for you. Shit. Oh, is that you paralyzed from the fucking lip down? Oh. Well, it looks like you should have probably took a knee. Probably should have just walked out the game when you were healthy and perfect. But now look at you. Is that a motorized wheelchair or is that just crank and go? I don't know. I mean, you see? You hold the power and you letting somebody that's fucking powerless tell you some shit? And whoever this fucking Jerry Jones is, he's definitely a fucking white man and weak. Any brother on any of these teams is fucking Mandingo could snap him like a fucking twig. Why are we playing games with these fucking people? Somebody answer me that question. Huh? I'm over it, man. I'm over it. You see, this is why you need a fucking organization, because what would the Jedi be doing right now with the organization? I would have a whole team of my brothers with me, and we would be making high school and junior high fucking tours around this bitch. We'd be going into the fucking schools. We don't have to go into the school. We just want to identify who the students are that's playing sports. We get their little ass together at goddamn McDonald's or a goddamn park, and we sit their little asses down and say, look, here's the deal. And we instill in them about principles and the importance of sacrificing and martyring yourself, so that we build a generation of brothers who, if they still want to play fucking sports for this fucking white devil, they know that motherfucker will know if you even try to step on their rights and what they're passionate about, they will walk away from your ass in a heartbeat, mid-game. Don't fuck with them. That's what we need to be building. Because that would shut every motherfucker up that's trying to be overly patriotic and loving the troops and all that shit. Well, then you'd have all that time to fucking blow your nose with the goddamn flag and rub the fucking legs of troops, bitch, because there won't be any sports going on. Nowhere. You're talking about affecting the entire economic system of this country. Look how many billions and billions of dollars are made just on fucking Super Bowl Sunday. Gone would be ballpark. Their fucking stock would fall. And all the bread and all the condiments and the grills and the charcoal and Kingsford Edge and the fucking lighter fluid. All that shit, you could affect that shit by walking your bitch ass off the fucking field. We playing footsies with this motherfucker. If the tables would turn, they would have walked their white ass off the fucking field years ago. Because it don't take nothing but a fucking pinprick to put their ass on fire over every damn thing. Always looking to bitch about something and be pissed off and offended by something. They wouldn't last 5 seconds as an African person. They don't have it. God damn it, I'm worked up. What time is it in this bitch? 5:11 a.m. I'm over it. I am so tight right now. I'm just tight. Burnt. That this motherfucker would come his white, arrogant ass out, and any players that took a knee won't play. No, they should say, well, you know what, homie? We not playing, so we'll save you the time. Come on, bros. You see? That would shock their ass and turn them to stone. Do you understand? But again, it goes back to the character. Of that Christian mind that has sucked the heart and the life out of you. If these teams were made up of Muslims, they would have been off that bitch a long time ago. In the name of Allah. Civil rights activist Shaun King took to his Twitter to make the team's lack of response known, while also so then that means that then they went ahead on Sunday and they just dissed him. Massa meant more than our brother being murdered in his apartment by this white fucking racist devil ass bitch. But wait, I got another grenade to throw for any of y'all black ass out there that's still watching goddammit NFL. May you fall off the damn couch and get a goddamn spinal injury. For being a traitor ass bitch. I'm over it, dude. I don't know if we're gonna get through this, y'all. I don't know if we're gonna get the videos or anything. I'm worked up. Because you must understand, I'm already on fire over the fucking white fucking racist ass motherfuckers. Then I gotta be worked up over your black ass too. Cause you are those NFL players. You are everything that is betraying our fucking people and selling us the fuck out. Wow. Took to his Twitter to make the team's lack of response known, while also highlighting the arrest of 9 peaceful protesters at the same game. Wow. You see, the arrogance. And when we get into the case, you know, all the shit, how they've been treating her and all the bullshit. You see this arrogance, you see. And then this arrest now of these 9 protesters. You know, what would be just and right, because it's not like they don't know why they're out there and they're totally justified. And I feel like if you're going to get arrested just for fucking protesting, you should really do some shit to get arrested. You see what I'm saying? Because either way, they're coming for you. Make it worth it, goddammit. But what would be just and right is they say, look, we just ask them to move on. There's no need to arrest them. We're just adding injury on top of injury on top of hurt on top of injury. They have every right to be pissed off at our white asses murdering their fucking people every goddamn day. Under the most ridiculous circumstances, they will still find a way to fucking justify it. The bitch will say a fucking dog levitated and opened the goddamn door before the case is all over with, and they will sanction that and believe it. You understand? So they should be saying, look, there's no need for that. Let's just let them go. And we won't even have to approach them. If they're out there protesting, just leave them alone. Just leave them alone. They're not violent. They're not doing anything, which they should be, but they're not. So just leave them alone. You see? So it's this white fucking arrogance. It's, we will fuck you over and we make you fucking stand for our anthem and our fucking bullshit. And then we dare you to be upset about it. Nah, homie. I'm from the south side of goddamn Chicago. That's not how shit works. Because they're not saying to any of these white bitches under this hashtag #MeToo bullshit, oh, you have to go back and make love to your attacker. This is the same equivalent. Don't fuck with me. It's the same shit. No, you need to go back over there and make love to him. Whatever he wants you to do, you have to go back over there and do it. It would be outrageous. Until it comes to us. That's the sickness we're dealing with. Then their head white devil, the orange tulip, calling our brothers sons of bitches, and people shouldn't go to the game and all that shit. I ain't mad at him. Where's our loud fucking brother with a fucking nutsack that stands up and says the same shit? Take your black ass off the fucking court or the goddamn field. It's the wrong motherfuckers all the time. Black fucking Christian ass, weak ass motherfuckers on the earth. I often just think, all the injustice has been done to us and shit. I often think that a lot of our brothers and sisters, when they take their last breath, there's got to be some kind of a sinking feeling inside of them knowing there ain't none of our bitch ass coming for them or going to take some kind of revenge or recompense for their fucking shit. Because that's how I would be feeling. Ain't nobody going to do nothing. Ain't nobody going to do nothing. You are the worst of all humankind. A disgrace to the ancestors who came before you. Because you can't lift a fucking finger to do a goddamn. You don't get to invoke the ancestors. Because they had a backbone. They weren't spineless and weak. Wish I would hear somebody invoking ancestors. I wish I would. Can't even spell goddamn it ancestor. That's what makes it like a quadruple loss. This brother, as I look into his eyes, I just think, we ain't doing shit for you, man. Nobody to go and snatch that bitch up or anything. We just not doing nothing for you. Wow. Botham family asked to take a knee. As always, the players refused, you see. And any of you brothers out there with sons, and you let them wear any fucking paraphernalia from any of these goddamn teams, you letting your son wear a bitch jersey. Here, son, put on this jersey of a bitch. Huh? Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real, homie. Let's keep it real. You got them idolizing some spineless, nutsackless ass little fucking bitch. That's what they wearing. Don't talk to me. Don't approach. I've never seen a bigger, stronger group of frightened bitches in my entire life. Read her words here. Who? Well, we already read hers. Botham Shem's family asked the Oscar. Okay, okay, this is a repeat of that. That's an embarrassment to all black men everywhere. You understand? That this brother, this is like the case. He's dead. This is an active case. And you couldn't take your bitch ass out there? But you gonna go on the field and fucking slap up against other men and shit? Football is fucking gay as shit anyway. Tights, huh? Tight ends and all the bullshit. It's gay as fuck. Don't tell me shit. When the whore was released in less than an hour, you see? Last night, these 9 protesters were arrested, and 15 hours later, the jail refused to release them. But this murdering white whore, she just sails right out of jail in 5 minutes, you see? I don't know when my people are going to realize all this asking for justice and pleading with massa. Fuck that. You're never going to get shit. That's why you don't got shit. You ain't going to get shit, and you ain't had shit. Because you are weak and pathetic. There's a phone number. Well, this is from Sunday. Are they still in jail? What time is it? I can't call now. I'm sure they're not still in jail now. I know I'm threatening. I'm just hateful enough. See, like somebody, niggas like this, with all this hard shit and trying to wear it, needs to just be punched in his fucking grill. I'm tired of motherfuckers parading like they hard, but they nothing but a cream puff ass bitch. Tattoos and them brandings that they do on their arm and shit, and you're nothing but a bitch. Not worth a damn to our people, especially our women and our children. With only 2 games down, these sissy ass bitches, there's still hope that the post goes viral enough for these assholes to actually see it and maybe even respond. It's too late. It's too late, because like Dr. King said, the time is always right to do what's right. You see? If you don't have a quick response to that shit, you're not worth a damn. You don't get to. There's no makeup on this. Oh, we came back later and did it. No, get your ass out my face. This is right up there with them goddamn Clippers when all they could do was fucking put on a t-shirt instead of walking they bitch ass out the damn arena. You need mafia tactics where they just make motherfuckers do shit. I'm over it. Alright. I don't know what we're going to now. Damn it. Alright, I don't even know what order I'm going in now. I don't know anything. Shit. Just whatever. House of this whore, this murdering racist whore, has not been searched. This is dated Tuesday the 18th at 4 p.m. I assume that's Dallas time. Look, she looks like a fucking praying mantis. The bitch is on crystal meth. I said it. Look. Murderer. It's time for the first prayer before the sun comes up. Let me put a break here. Okay, I'm back. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The murderer who murdered Botham, when she entered his apartment using the excuse that she thought it was her apartment, is getting all the privileges that these assholes give fellow assholes accused of committing murder. Huh? She probably wouldn't have even been arrested had it not been for the public outcry. 2 days later, the murdering whore was charged with mere manslaughter. She spent just a few hours in custody, probably just drinking coffee and eating fucking donuts, which is highly unusual for a suspected murderer. And she's not even suspected. You see, the bitch murdered him. Then her fellow assholes got a warrant on the victim's apartment in a desperate attempt to find something to smear him with. They found a tiny bit of pot, and Fox News reported on it like it was the crime of the fucking century. And now the news is out that the whore's apartment has never been searched. Huh? She got all her crystal meth and pills and shit all up in there. You see what I'm saying? You could tell the bitch, she looks like a pixie. Look at her. You see? Oh, it's all there. It's all there. You understand? And now the news is out that the whore's apartment's never been searched, which means she's had plenty of time to get rid of any incriminating evidence. You see? So again, everybody, this is so multi-layered because you're dealing with issues of principle. You're dealing with crime and murder. You're dealing with satanic demonism. You're dealing with specious ass people. You're dealing with weak ass black people who don't know when it's time to fucking strike and defend yourself and use your own leverage and know your power. You understand? And then you're dealing with a system. You see, everybody just went right into, fell right in line for this one white whore. Where are the good ones, everybody? Huh? Did they all die off? Oh, they never existed. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Oh, they're on the moon. Oh, okay. That's what the whole moon thing was about. Okay. All right. Well, what else? You see? There's so many layers to this shit. But my people got one fucking blinder on. Just stand by and go ooh and ah. That's all you got. That's all. And the occasional, this is some bullshit. Ooh, you told them. You showed them. White collusion. White allegiance. There are no good police. Because they never show up. And if this was a case study, official or unofficial, we could take the last 5 years and look at the hundreds of cases, and not in one will you see where the good police officer shows up. Not one. Just like and they're all white. Just like you see no white outcry. Does anybody see a pattern here? I do. Y'all know I don't give a fuck how long this video is. If you don't like it, just click yes away. I'm over it. I'm not on time stamps. From News 1. I don't even know what we're reading. It's so fucking fancy I can't even read it. I don't know what publication this is. I don't know what we're reading. I don't know. ABC 8 in Dallas obtained copies of the 5 search warrants for the case. Oh, and by the way, let me just add this too. Do you understand that the district attorney can indict your ass and charge you with a crime by clicking their damn finger? Well, I've learned, disgustingly so, that we got a black bitch for a police chief. I'm going to call her that. Because any African person in a place of power that's not serving their people cannot be given rosy names and terms of respect and honor. They must be called out for what they are. So you got a black police chief that could have fired this bitch and had her arrested on the spot. She dropped the ball. You had the black district attorney, another black bitch, who's giving it over to a grand jury. I wonder what color they will be. No power. Just like you got a whole fucking team of fake ass niggas with vaginas and shoulder pads on that don't know how to walk their bitch ass out of a fucking football stadium. Is anybody seeing a pattern? What should have happened is as soon as they found out about this shit, that sister that's the police chief should have called the district attorney and said, girl, we're going to get her white ass. We don't know all the details, but we know this is some bullshit. We know that. We'll get to the investigation on that. But you know and I know that whatever happened, this was some bullshit. So I'm about to fire her ass. And I want you I'm going to arrest her, and I want you to charge her right now with murder. All right, girl, let me just get my wig on, and I'm going to do it. Because that's what they're doing. You see? That's what they do. They've been doing that. White collusion, white allegiance, white conspiracy. They don't even have to talk about it. They just know they're against your ass when some shit go on. So for this white whore, she does the deed, and you see how everybody is falling in line for her bitch ass. You see? You're a failure at every test point. A failure. ABC to obtain copies of the five search warrants for the case. 5, goddammit. 2 of them allowed investigators to remove the front door of the whore and our brother's apartment. Their door locks, and to download data for their door locks. What kind of damn door lock they got? I'm saying, is this the Pentagon or some shit? I mean, like, what is it? And the place is called Southside Flats, which sounds like I'm gonna see like a brother out front drinking a 40 ounce. You feel me? The Southside Flats. I'm over it. The 3rd warrant allowed these devils to enter this brother's apartment. The 4th showed they obtained video from surveillance camera in the apartment management's office. The final warrant, according to ABC, gave these assholes the authority to obtain all communications related to the incident in the possession of property management, as well as all surveillance video and all entry and access logs from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. on the night of this damn murder. What's missing? No warrant to search this fucking murdering ass whore's apartment. Nope, no need to search her apartment. No need. No need. And let us not bitch about the justice system, everybody, because it's doing exactly what it's designed to do. Precisely. It works perfectly, without a glitch. The murdering whore also has plenty of time to think about how many more lies she will tell of her story, which doesn't match witnesses' accounts from the National Review. This is what we know so far. Botham was home alone in his apartment in the Southside Flats complex in Dallas when this murdering racist whore entered and murdered him. The precise chain of events is somewhat disputed. The affidavit supporting the whore's arrest warrant states that she believed she was entering her own apartment, which was directly below Botham's and laid out almost identically. Just a second. Here's where she falls flat and fails. Because I've lived all over the country, dude. In all kind of buildings and houses and shit. Like, who goes to the wrong apartment? Hotel room, maybe. Because it's a hotel, and you just, what was it? Which one was our room? Was it that one? I think it was third one down, But your apartment. But here is the coup de grace that I would like to enter into evidence at this time in this case. Our brother had a glow in the day and night, goddammit, red throw rug in front of his apartment. And from every picture that I've seen in video, it was the only one in the damn hall. As far as a rug, period. And it was glow in the dark and glow in the daytime red. Remember, police it's always the officer's judgment, because theirs is far and above all human species, apparently. Their judgment is like no other human ever seen on the planet. This murdering whore didn't see the red rug? She didn't see that? I'm over it. Said she entered her own apartment, which was directly when the whore placed her key in the lock, the door pushed open. Don't nobody's key work on your damn door. I don't give a damn where you live. The flats, the hood of the hood, goddamn it, Beverly Hills, it don't matter. Manhattan, your Skycrest fucking condo. But you see, everybody, here's the other thing that has me pissed off about all this, and why it's clearly white evil. Because all these anomalies that you're being forced to believe in order for her shit to work, you have to believe that she accidentally went to the wrong apartment. Now, I am under the understanding and have learned that there's an elevator. And one could safely assume that certainly in a building that rents apartments to police officers is going to have well-working elevators with buttons that light up real bright in the fucking elevator. Tell you what floor, it probably talks to you, probably plays music, your favorite song, gives a chime when you get to your floor, and everything else says goodbye, So then the next thing is we have to believe that this whore got off on the wrong floor. That's your second anomaly. Then third anomaly. The all-observing, highly trained veteran police officer, because even if you've been on that bitch for 5 minutes, they always describe them as a fucking veteran, so we're going to keep right in line with their bitch ass. That this highly trained specialist, equaled by no other human mind on the earth, does not see this bright red throw rug. That's your third anomaly. Then we are to believe now that her key would work on somebody else's apartment on a different floor. That's your fourth anomaly. Let me know when your hair starts to burn. Just when you feel like that little tingling, you see? Just around the edges. Then now, what else does it say? I'm so pissed off I don't know where I was at. She entered her own apartment when she placed her key and locked the door, pushed open. Well, here's your fifth anomaly. Because we've also learned that those doors have, and this is probably not the right term, but sure close or sure shut or something like that. That means it closes on its own. And not just like, oh, it swings and no, it closes. Like you're done. Almost like spring action type situation. So that's your fifth anomaly. We're to believe that this thing sprung open. We're to believe this. But every fucking white person you would talk to on the planet who wasn't even there will tell you Mike Brown did not have his hands up. Stay with me. They will tell you that it was Trayvon Martin who was the aggressor, even though he wasn't a fat ass driving in the fucking rain at night and had a gun and followed somebody. But they're willing to believe that. You see? So these are the same depraved, sick minds where I'm at 5 fucking anomalies that no human on earth would believe, no African person. And they just sail right past it. Oh, it's all fine. It's just all fine. Until this murdering whore turned out to be Lakeisha Johnson. Suddenly she's in handcuffs and we see her mugshot. And she's not in uniform. And her hair is not done. You see what I'm telling you? Racism is the very fabric of these people. Racism is the very fabric of their fucking country. Racism is the very fabric of that goddamn flag and their goddamn national anthem. Stop the video when I lie. Let's look for our 6th anomaly as we move through this evidence now. Entering her own apartment, which was directly below when she placed her key lock and the door pushed open. The apartment was dark. She saw a large silhouette. Just a second. Here's our 6th anomaly, everybody. And as a CSI investigator, I will say to you, one would assume, and from all pictures seen, this is an indoor hotel type of apartment situation. Like it's not like you come out your door and you're outside. You come out your front door and you're in a hallway. That's going to be lit up. So when the door pushes open, that light is now flooding in to that apartment. At least to some degree. Enough to give you visual. Huh? But we're to believe now that she was in pitch black. That's what they want to paint here. She was in pitch black. There she was. That's your 7th anomaly. Your 7th, I don't believe you, this is some bullshit. That's the 7th one. Now, but she saw a large silhouette. No, you saw him. You saw him. You saw him. Across the room. Now, if you sing him across, and we're going to count that silhouette as our 8th anomaly. Now, here comes your 9th anomaly. You see him across the room. Well, then there must have been some light. And you would have recognized, bitch, that's not your fucking decor. That's your 9th anomaly. And she saw a large silhouette. It had to be large, everybody. A large silhouette. Because remember, he's black. And if you're black, you have to be large and grown and big and mean and scary. Huh? Not just white and terroristic. Think about it. Across the room. Suggesting distance, which means you could have ran your bitch ass off. That's your 10th anomaly. And they claim she'd worked 15 hours, so we assume she's tired. So she would run for safety, calling for backup and all of it as she ran. But she didn't. I'm throwing that in as an 11th anomaly, goddammit. Across the room, and she believed she was facing a burglar. Not a rapist, but a burglar, everybody. Huh? Immediately to burglary. Why wasn't it just intruder? Because you don't know the state of mind of the person, and you never talked to them, so you don't know what their intent was. But and she's a female, alone. So one would think she would think it's a potential rapist. No, a burglar. and a large silhouette burglar, huh? Stay with me. Now, here's your 12th anomaly. We've learned that our king was in his underwear. Was in his underwear. So that would tell you a lot right there, because she can see him from the light that's coming from the hallway, because the door, what was the language? We got to have the language. We got to have the exact language. Pushed open. All right. And now, this is where the bullshit gets even thicker. She believed she was facing a burglar. She drew her firearm and, quote, gave verbal commands. Not, what are you doing in my apartment? What's going on? The natural human thing. Because now she's the police expert again. Now, everybody. The bitch didn't see the red fucking glow-in-the-dark rug that was sitting right there. The glow-in-the-fucking day and night rug. The only one on the goddamn hallway. She didn't see that. You see? But now she's giving verbal commands. Because she's so sharp. Number one in the precinct. I've seen her record. Huh? That's your 13th anomaly. Which she claims Botham ignored. Now, listen to the language, everybody. Ignored. This is at night. This is at night. And she's saying he ignored. So that means he kept moving, doing something else, dusting. But he's a burglar, so is he just still picking up stuff? I want you to focus on this word ignored. Because that also goes to the state of white mind, white supremacy, white is right. He ignored me. You see? Because when they speak, you're supposed to do everything they tell you. And we're not talking about in uniform, and even a fucking police officer. You see what I'm saying? Just white is right. So the language is very important here. Which she claims he ignored. That's not believable. That's your 14th anomaly. Because somebody comes into your house in the middle of the night and they've drawn their firearm, which then now she's told on herself, because that means she assumes that he can see her gun, which means there must have been light where this bitch was standing. Are you with me? Because otherwise, why would he listen to anything you're saying? He can't see you, and you can't see him. So why would he do anything that you said? So you're stating subconsciously in your statement that your presence as a police officer was known to him at that moment. Therefore, he could see your fucking badge and your gun, and now you're giving him verbal commands that he is ignoring. Stop the video when I lie. We're going to be here for a minute, everybody. You might as well get your goddamn it pop secret. Because the level of lying here, you see, has to be weeded out and gone through this evidence. Now the bitch says she fired twice. Not a warning shot. And she never mentions that she thought he had a gun. I suggest to you, because that shit wouldn't have flown, because our brother is in his underwear. Stay with me. Because usually it's, I thought he had a gun, or he was reaching for his waist. Well, there wasn't shit to reach for, and the bitch would have known it, because they would have got there and said, well, how was he reaching when he was in his fucking underwear? Do you understand? You got to read between the lines, and you have to know this fucking devil. If they are breathing, they're lying. she drew her firearm and gave verbal commands, which he ignored. She fired twice, and only then she says, entering the apartment, called 911. How'd she call 911? Because there's no light, according to her. And when the door pushed open, she would have called 911 then and start calling for backup. But now, after she shot twice, now the bitch is calling. Now she's entered the apartment. So we assume she's not entered the apartment before this, which means she is fully illuminated. Huh? Because it says, she fired twice, now entered the apartment, called 911, turned on the lights, and realized she had made a terrible mistake. Nah, fuck that bitch. If they do it, it's a mistake, a blunder. They misspoke. It just was something that happened and we just don't know. But your ass do it and you're absolutely guilty with absolute intent to do it. And we're supposed to be this white whore and all these fucking anomalies I just gave you in just that damn paragraph? We haven't even gotten to video. Man. And now I want to know exactly a picture of the entryway of her apartment and his apartment. And I want to know if the fucking light switch is in the same place. Because she turned on the lights. But then in the very next sentence they say she made a terrible mistake. Well, how did you turn the lights on if you're in the wrong fucking apartment? How'd you do that, Missy? Oh, she's white, you guys. She has those special powers. I'm sorry. And she's a police officer, so they have powers, dude. They have powers. You don't even know. They have powers. They have powers. That she had made a terrible mistake. No. She had hit her target that she went there to kill. That's why. And I ask this jury to throw this bitch up under the jail and then order that 18 tons of cement be put over her bitch ass alive. The prosecution will rest the floor and let the defense have a moment. These statements, however, don't square with other testimony. One witness, those pesky witnesses. Damn it. Those pesky witnesses. They'll do it every time. I had a great lie going and here comes a damn witness. One witness reported hearing a woman yelling, "Let me in. Let me in." I'm aware of this report. Because listen, it doesn't matter what she was yelling. If she yelled anything, that means the bitch knew she wasn't at her apartment. That she knew she wasn't at her apartment, and that she was there on purpose. Because she's alone, going home. There'd be no need to yell anything when you're going into your apartment. Like I come home to my apartment, I'm not yelling anything at the door like some psycho idiot. Are you understanding what I'm telling you? Like, give me a break. I can't. Wow. Let me in before the gunshots. And a man's voice saying, "Oh my God. Why did you do that?" That's very telling. Let us look at this. "Oh my God, why did you do that?" That is not the words that you say to a stranger that has entered your apartment. Somebody's in your apartment, they shoot you, you definitely say, "Oh my God," because in panic everybody yells, "Oh my God," even an atheist. You would yell, "What the fuck? Who are you? What is this? Help? Maybe another oh my God?" But why did you do that is too specific for the nervous system of the Jedi. And he quarrels with this statement. We're okay with the "oh my God," we'll clear that. Why did you do that is what you say to your girl. She comes over, y'all kicking it. You're watching the game or something on TV. She comes and she throws a peanut butter sandwich face down in your lap and it gets on your pants. You look up, you go, "Why did you do that?" That would be your exclamation. Why did you do that is familiar. It suggests familiar company. Why did you do that? You. Because if you got somebody that's a stranger, it's always a "who are you? What is this? Like what? How? Something." But why did you do that? One also would say that phrase if there had been a longer interaction when she's standing there and they both see each other, and maybe there were other words that were said because they knew each other potentially. I'm going to show you a photograph later on. So that you're standing there and all of a sudden she shoots you and you go, "Why did you do that?" Because now she's gone further than you thought she was going to go. Why did you do that? But it would be in pain though. Why did you do that? You know, like I can't. This is our 15th or 16th anomaly, everybody. This is another anomaly. We're being asked to believe something that goes against what your senses tell you is the truth. Therefore, that's an anomaly as well. Now we are starting to understand some things much more clearly. This was one of the recent memes. Dallas police officer, the murdering whore, recently shared online. Well, we're not surprised by this. I mean, she's white. We know she's racist. Like, we're not even giving that any energy. Our office has been retained to represent the estate of Botham Shem Jean. Our first and foremost priority will be to ensure justice is served for this family. That includes holding this murdering whore accountable for her murder, as well as IDing all responsible for enabling this incident. Enabling this incident. This is an attorney. He must know something we don't know. He used the word enabling. Not, and that's not after the fact. This suggests the event itself. You see? And IDing all responsible for enabling this incident. Enabling. Which would suggest to me there was a pre-planned some kind of hit on him, and that it was a setup of some kind. Damn it. That's what that says to me. You see? Again, white savagery. Like, even I was just making sure that we were done. And then look, cop punches young woman in head. You see? It's definitely going to be a white person. You see? Miami cop suspended after kicking handcuffed man in the head. He's definitely going to be white. You see what I'm saying? Cop charged with assault for hitting a 13-year-old girl. Definitely a fucking white person. You see what I'm saying? It's these people that are the violent people on the goddamn earth and the racists. It's not us. You see? Let's stop going with the... I always tell you, how you think and speak about anything is how you relate and react to that. Stop with this, well, there's bad people in every race. No, there's not. God damn it. Because when they say that, they're trying to equate you with their unequaled evil and devilry. Unequaled. Be careful of the company you keep. You see? Just random. Like, just random. It's not even part of the damn video or even the article. I just happen to just see where we done. And every single one of these cases is somebody white being violent against somebody of color. Don't tell me shit about these people. You see? Like I said earlier in the video, where are the good white people? Where's your video? Why aren't you showing up? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Because you don't get the credit without the work. You don't show up, we assume you don't exist. Okay, now we're going to try to look at this. I pulled this because of its header, a timeline. And actually, that falls kind of perfect as far as where I'm at in this right now and how I'm approaching this. Timeline, how the case has unfolded since the murdering whore murdered our king. The death of Botham Jean has sparked outrage and questions over what happened the night the 26-year-old was killed in his apartment by a racist white murderess. The murdering whore, who's 30, has said she mistook Botham's apartment at the Southside Flats in the Cedars for her own, which was exactly one floor below, and shot him thinking he was an intruder. Well, I thought he was a burglar. Language matters. Intruder, burglar, rapist, which one? Earlier it was described as a burglar. Now it's an intruder. Because intruder suggests you don't know the intent of the person, which is what I was saying there. Why'd you assume it was a burglar? You haven't established the intent of that person's presence. So now the language here is intruder. She has been charged with manslaughter. The Dallas County District Attorney is investigating, which is the other black bitch that we're not giving no credit. You see what I'm saying? We got black folks in places in this country that could do something for our people, and they don't do it. If you're not doing shit for your people, you're not one of us. Period. Is investigating, which means there'll be no justice. And the case will go before a grand jury, which the district attorney could just charge her ass, but no, we'll go before a grand jury that will decide what charge or charges the whore will be tried on. So the district attorney just hands it over to somebody else. No, not me. I can't do it. You see, we went through this with Mike Brown, but we were dealing with a white devil down there that was the district attorney. Wow. Let's see. Dallas police will also do an internal investigation. Oh, well, thank God they're going to do it, because that's where we'll get the truth, is that internal investigation where they investigate themselves. Nothing says truth like a self-investigation. But that won't start until the criminal investigation is concluded. See? So in other words, We're not going to investigate ourselves until we find out what they say over here in the criminal investigation, so we know what lies to tell. That's how that is translated, everybody. Below is a timeline based on the Dallas Morning News reporting of the developments and documents released in the case as it makes its way through the criminal justice system. As it makes its way through the African suppression system. 6th of September. The lying whore shoots Botham once in the chest at 10 p.m. So this is 10 p.m. at night, everybody. It's alleged that she's worked now between a 12 and 15 hour shift because she's Wonder Woman. So she's worked between a 12 and 15 hour shift. It's 10 p.m. What day of the week was that? September 6th was on a Thursday. So she's coming home 10 o'clock p.m. on a Thursday night after a 12 to 15 hour shift. She's starting her weekend partying early, so she's already had her crystal meth. I suggest to you. So we're at 10 p.m. on Thursday. Alright, fine. Now then. Why is my system moving so slow? I don't have a lot of stuff open. I do got a million tabs, though. Alright, we'll go on. I was trying to get my expansion to happen again, but it's acting out. Alright, fine. So 10 p.m. in his apartment at Southside Flats in the Cedars. She calls 911 and paramedics took him to the Baylor University Medical Center where he died. I suggested he was dead on the scene because I'm going to show you video of them rolling him away from his apartment, and they're working on him and everything. But that's just trying to keep you circulating, but you can still be clinically dead already. The Dallas County District Attorney's Office Public Integrity Division, I'm over it, response team begins its independent investigation as it typically does in shootings involving officers. No, it doesn't. Because if it had investigated, she would have been arrested right then and there. There was no investigation, everybody. Because why? This black bitch is just there in person. She's not there in power. Let us make the distinction. A blood sample is drawn from the whore either late Thursday or early Friday. So they didn't start their investigation because that means this is a lie. Because if they started their investigation, the first thing they would have did is drawn blood. They didn't do that. So that highlighted little paragraph I've just proven is a lie. Because the blood sample wasn't drawn until late Thursday or early Friday. Police chief and sellout ass bitch Renee Hall announces that the case is no longer being investigated as an officer involved shooting, and that she will be seeking a warrant for the murdering whore. Now just a second. There's a problem with that. What could it be, Jedi? Well, I'm going to tell you. This is your first in the next set of anomalies. Notice they said she announces. Now up here it's just where they say which is normal, which is it typically does in shootings involving officers. Hear me now. Language, everybody. This language is in shootings involving officers. That would suggest someone who's not on duty. Do you understand? We get down here to September 7th, and Renee sashays in with her fake ass and says, no, it's no longer being investigated as an officer-involved shooting. Now the bitch is on duty suddenly again. You see? But she's already worked her 12 to 15 hour shift. The bitch was not on the clock. I don't care if you got the Halloween costume on or not. You're not on duty. You were actually going into your own apartment according to you. You thought you were. So you were done. You're not on duty. You're not on call. You are done for the fucking day. Are you with me? So now suddenly it's an officer-involved shooting, which suggests it's out there with goddammit Trayvon Martin, or it's, oh my God, is that Von Derek Myers? Is that Sterling? Y'all know who I'm talking about. So you see how they switched it on you real fast. Suddenly she's back on duty. So she can get all that carte blanche of somebody who's on duty as if she was on some call and she ended up shooting a suspect, not the bitch went into somebody's house and murdered them. You understand? This is what makes this especially diabolical. That it's no longer being investigated as an officer-involved shooting, and that she will be seeking a warrant for the whore's arrest. Oh, wait, you see there's the thing they're running over right over here. You see the light, everybody? You see the light? Can you go back on that? Yeah, you can. But this site isn't working. I don't know what's going on with this page. I'm over it. All right, whatever, I'm over it. Anyways. Now she's seeking a warrant for her arrest. So that also goes to the state of mind of the police chief. That means you don't believe her. Or that you think that a criminal act has been conducted here. Because you've taken it off of the officer-involved shooting status and now seeking a warrant. Why do you need a warrant for her arrest? You call her up, you're her boss, and say, bitch, come in, you're arrested. A warrant? So it's meant to sound tough when really it's not. It's giving her more time to hide evidence, get her lie together, whatever you want to say. Now, police say, which means it's all lies, police say the murdering whore has not been interviewed. This is September 7th. She's not interviewed. But meanwhile, the police chief wants to get a warrant when she's already said that it's no longer an officer-involved shooting, which means she thinks that there's some crime committed, or she's just covering her ass because she knows that's exactly what it is and that's what it's going to look like to the public. So she's saying this, but that's not what's really happening. You see, this is a very complex case, I'm telling you, because there's so many lies going on. Now, then the police say the whore has not been interviewed. So throw out what the lying traitor Renee Hall just said to us. All right. Now here's the chief again. The chief says the Texas Rangers have been called in to conduct an independent investigation because even though I'm the chief and I have authority, I'm such a weak black bitch that I can't make a decision. Let me call another jurisdiction and have them come over here for this one murdering whore for an open and shut case. No, because we're really not seeking justice. That's why I went to get a warrant when I could just arrest her ass myself. That was to buy time, so she's still not even interviewed when we get down here. Now, out of nowhere, she says, we've called in the Texas Rangers. They're going to come in and do it all. And goddammit, it's going to be MacGyver. Or Walker, Texas Ranger. Now, the murdering whore is placed on administrative leave, so she's still not... Wait just a second. She's not on duty. The bitch is clocked out. She's at her front door. Her shift is over. It's not like she was driving home and she got a call and, oh my God, it's an emergency. No. She's at her front door. Allegedly, she thinks she's at her front door. No arrest by the chief. She's not interviewed. Now they call in some other earthly entity, the Rangers, and then now she's on administrative leave. No, she's not on administrative leave. The bitch is not even on fucking duty. Who under the sound of my voice is listening to me right now, who is off work from their job right now? So do you get to claim you was on your job? You don't. So she doesn't get administrative leave when the bitch wasn't even on fucking duty. She's a regular fucking civilian, and the bitch should be arrested like anybody else. Period. This is the footsies going on now. Dr. King said justice delayed is what? Justice, goddammit, denied. So, don't look shocked and don't type me shit when she's not found guilty by this damn grand jury. Let us go on. Now, why is this damn thing taking so? Okay, she's on administrative leave. Now, Dallas police now they obtain a search warrant for Botham's apartment. Not the murdering whore. No. And apparently they're still waiting on that arrest warrant for the murdering whore that the chief wanted. They just can't seem to get that thing to move fast enough. But oh my God, they were able to obtain. What was the language when they said it for her? I'm rolling my thing, y'all, and the page doesn't move because they got so many fucking ads on this damn thing that's slowing down every goddamn thing. What was it? Announces that the case is is not going to be investigated, and that she will be seeking. Damn it! Come on now. Will be seeking a warrant. Will be seeking, everybody, a warrant for the murdering whore. But down here, Dallas police obtain a search warrant for Botham's apartment. Stop the video when I lie. You see the double standard? Don't tell me shit about America. Don't tell me shit. All this grinning your face and shit and acting like they're your ally and all that bull. All this shit is fake, dude. Every single fucking bit of it. If you believe that shit, I got a Land of Oz I'd like to show you too. I'd like to just sell you a flat there at the Land of Oz, if you don't mind. Wow. What time is it? I'm over my own ass right now. Goddamn it, it's 6:26. But they obtain a search warrant for his apartment. The warrant states the murdering whore went to the apartment and was confronted. Now, the warrant says this. So, she's the murderer, and now we're going on her information to get the warrant for his apartment. I'll tell you about his apartment. No, bitch. Tell us about your apartment, because that's where we need to go. You see what I'm saying? She probably got a big-ass fucking crystal meth lab sitting in her fucking living room. Now, they have obtained it, and the warrant states the murdering whore went to the apartment and was confronted at the door by an unknown... Wait just a second. Here's our 18th or 19th anomaly on that portion of it going back. Now, the door didn't push open, everybody, and she saw a silhouette. No. Now, she's confronted at the door by an unknown male. And we know he's in his underwear, and we know she knows him and he's not unknown. Let us go to the picture now. Your Honor, I would like to enter into evidence now for the jury the prosecution's evidence number 1A. There's the murdering whore hugged up with this unknown individual, everybody. He's unknown, but there she's hugged up with this unknown. But apparently he looks different in his underwear. Turns out he looks just like fucking Denzel. Turns out. But the moment you put him in clothes, he looks like this guy. It's crazy. We've seen this happen. We've seen it. 1 minute, Botham Shem Jean. Next minute, Morgan Freeman. Right there. We've seen it. But this unknown, everybody. Unknown. Wait now. Now, she is confronted at the door by an unknown male who she may have thought was an intruder. May have thought. Just a second. She's allegedly at her own apartment where she lives. If I come home and somebody opens my fucking door, I don't think that they may have been a damn intruder. I go, that's an intruder. Now it's who she thought, who she may have thought was an intruder. A neighbor said he heard an exchange of words immediately followed by 2 gunshots. So if our king confronted her at the door, which sounds more likely, because if somebody's trying to get in your door, some people either go, who is it? Which may have given us the let me in. Or scenario B is, he's a big brother. You snatch the door open to surprise the person. To see what the fuck is this. You see? He heard an exchange of words, immediately followed by 2 gunshots. The warrant also lists items seized during the search. Those details are not made public until September 13th. Just a second. You have a victim who's been murdered in his apartment, even by her own lie account. Why are you seizing anything from the apartment? Huh? Because that's the word they used here. Items seized. Like it's a fucking, you just fucking raided the Corleones or somebody. Seized is the word, everybody. Also list items seized during the search. You see, I always tell you, it's not what you say, it's how you say it and what language you use to say it. And if it's in front of the Jedi, it will be raked over the coals until it is dust. My God. Wow. I'm probably going to have to delete the entire first hour of this video just to start here. Now, it's seized on the 7th, but it's not made public until the 13th, which suggests more collusion, white collusion. Now, September 8th, the Rangers, there they are, everybody. It's the Power Rangers. The Rangers take over the investigation. Now, everybody's out. So your black police chief, your black district attorney who could have shut this shit down in 5 minutes, now it's not even in that jurisdiction no more. The Rangers take over, not assist in. They take over, everybody. Language, I always tell you. They take over the investigation. So now, Laquita and Latasha can go the fuck home and comb their bundles. Because apparently that's all their bitch ass is good for anyway. Now, the lying ass police chief says a judge has not yet signed the warrant. But up here, they obtained a search warrant for Botham's apartment. Huh? And she asked for her warrant on the 7th. Now on the 8th, she's saying, well, the judge still ain't signed it yet, so... As she pats her hair because it itches. The judge still ain't signed it, though. Where my Newports at? You see? Had not yet signed the warrant because the Texas Rangers are interviewing the lying whore. Huh? Quick, we'll ask for a warrant. Quick, turn it over to the Texas Rangers. Now we can't get the warrant. You go over there, you got more time, girl. Well, we can't do it now because they interviewing her and stuff. I told Laquita, but she wouldn't listen. You see? Had not yet signed the warrant because Texas Rangers were interviewing the lying whore and wanted to investigate new information they had learned before issuing one. More delay. Wait, we found out there was a reindeer that was standing right in the middle of the hall when she walked up, so we have to investigate that. That's going to be another 2 months. So we just can't get the warrant. We wish we could. We just can't. We just can't. Bob, you go up and see if you can get it. Lord knows I tried. Huh? These two black bitches need to be dragged. Do you understand me? Now, police released the lying whore's name at 8 p.m. on the 8th, despite previously declining to confirm the whore's identity until she was formally charged. This is a comedy act. Oh my God, I can't. Do you see what you understand what just happened there? I can't, dude. I can't. But here's what's more glaring. They're going out of their way to do this. And you have at least 2 black women involved in key positions, and they haven't done a fucking thing to help our king. Not a damn. I'm so tight. Wow. Now, it's over with the Texas Rangers, so there's nothing we can do. She's not even here. The place is empty. Now we can give you her name. Like they doing something. You see? We weren't going to release her till she was formally charged, but now she's not going to be charged till at least 2050, so we're just going to give you guys the name now. Here, throw that out there for the press to chew on. Throw that out. Here, quick, throw her name out. You see? Quick, Laquita, throw it to me. I'll throw it out there to them. Now we're on the 9th. And there's the pixie, the praying mantis. Now the lying whore turns herself in. So that after all this backroom collusion and backroom production and lighting and smoke and shit, quick, go out there and turn yourself in so you look good. I can't. Oh my God, I have to laugh. I have to. It's laugh or kill. So I'm going to go ahead and laugh. Oh my God. Wow. Now the pixie turns herself in to Kaufman County authorities and is charged with manslaughter. Now she's charged. Who charged her? See, because Renee Hall couldn't do it. Her bundle was too tight. You see, she couldn't do it. Says, I can't even do it. Where my Newport said, I can't even do it. You see, now the lying whore comes in, heroically turns her in, and is immediately charged, and it's a miracle. She is shown in the jail log as being admitted, not booked. Not booked, everybody. Again, language. Language. And I'm a lover of language. I will tell you this too. This is why I was always so victorious in my business law class in college. You could not win an argument against me. And not because I thought I was better or that I was amazing. I just applied myself to what's in front of me. This is the case. It's written down. Let me read it. And I'll argue the case. Done. 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 You see? But that's what I want you to do. This is not business law. But goddammit, your ass needs to learn how to pay attention to what's in front of you. You see? It'd be very easy to just read through this very quickly. And so did so and 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 then just bitch about it for 10 minutes. Okay, everybody, like and subscribe. No. There's a forensic process that needs to go on here in order to discover language, to discover the truth. My statement implies that what we're reading is not the truth, but that the truth exists here, but it's not meant to be evident. So, there needs to be a forensic going through to what? Discover the truth. And that's what we're doing. Discovering the truth. Using their language. Now, she is shown in the jail log. You see? She's shown in the jail log. Like there was just like a sign-in book at a wedding. And oh, was that her name in there? Oh, I did see her in the book though. I had seen her and stuff. Not officials told us, or that we had a booking photo at that moment, or a booking document. No. She's shown in the jail log, right next to Santa, as being admitted, not booked, not processed, admitted, like she's going to the fucking, emergency room or something. Oh, we're going to have to admit her. She's got cramps of the face, clearly. All right, she's admitted at 7:20 p.m. with bail set at $300,000. Now, how'd they get a bail that quick? Who set bail? What judge? What magistrate set the bail? Who did that? Who set bail? There's been no mention of a magistrate. Who set the bail? Was it the Tooth Fairy? Was it Paul the Apostle? Huh? Now, within an hour, not seen on earth before, the Pixie posts bond and is released. There she goes, back to her meth lab. So within an hour, she turns herself in, gets a bail, and is off to the races. But here we had 2 days, 3 days. Let's see, where'd the bitch come in? 7, 8, 9, at least 2 days. We're going to say 2.5 days. They couldn't do anything, and they're passing off jurisdictions, and they're calling in the National Guard. And the praying mantis comes in, and in an hour, poof, poof, she spins in a circle like Wonder Woman, and she's out the door. So where were the Texas Rangers in all of this? Where'd they go? What happened? Because remember, they said that the Texas Rangers said that had not signed the warrant yet because the Texas Rangers wanted to interview her, and then there was that other and they wanted to investigate new information they had learned before issuing one. So where did that go? And the praying mantis just comes in and poof, 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 in an hour she's out. And she's doing her hair. Now, the Rangers, here they are now. There's those Power Rangers. Now after the bitch is out and free, they now turn over the case back to Dallas again. Really? But you didn't interview her. And you hadn't done anything. It wasn't passed off to them, everybody. This was collusion from the moment that bitch murdered him. They immediately went into action to make her suddenly be an on-duty police officer as if she had gotten a call while on duty and had to turn on her lights and sirens and shit. They're acting like it's that. And they wanted to turn it into that. You see? This is diabolical. Now they turn it back over to the Dallas County District Attorney. Now that's the other black heifer. After completing an initial investigation, just a second, because up here they said they wanted to investigate new information they had learned before issuing one, a warrant for her murdering ass. But now, suddenly, after she's free, They turned over to the district attorney's office after completing an initial investigation, because we didn't need to do that initial stuff of all that information we found out about the reindeer and the flying saucer that came down in the middle of all this. We just didn't need to, turns out. Huh? Now, a fuller Ranger investigation is ongoing, but the bitch is free. Dude. Everybody down there should be fucking arrested and fucking jailed and put before a firing squad of fucking citizens and have their heads blown off. This is the shit they do out in public, everybody. This is stuff we know about. Imagine the shit you don't know about. Wow. Unreal. Unreal. Now we're at the 10th. So now the brother was killed on the 6th. It's 4 days later. The Texas Rangers now arrest warrant affidavit is made public. The arrest warrant affidavit is made public. Huh? Fuck public. Arrest the bitch. But she's already... What was the language? She was already admitted at 7:20 on the 9th. She was admitted. You see? And it already post bail. So what are you doing now on the 10th? That you're making the arrest warrant public. For what? For who? According to the document, the lying, murdering whore told authorities she had mistakenly parked on the 4th floor instead of the 3rd. Just a second. That means you had to drive up another tier. Huh? That's more work to drive up. And oh, by the way, that means on that floor, you don't have a parking space. So, you didn't know that you weren't parked in your parking space? This is premeditated murder, everybody. Nothing less. She mistakenly parked on the 4th floor. Really, bitch. Because then you didn't know you weren't in your parking space? You didn't realize that the cars that are around you aren't the ones you normally see at 10 o'clock at night on a Thursday? We're not talking about everybody's out on Friday and Saturday partying and praising them on Sunday. It's a Thursday night at 10 o'clock. And she doesn't know she's on the 4th floor? I don't believe you. And by the way, you would think that in this building that has elevators, there's going to be a big ass 4 right there on the damn building somewhere that says 4th goddammit floor. This bitch is lying. This is premeditated murder. Our task is to find out why. Why? Because I've already shown you the picture where she's hugged up with him, so he wasn't a stranger to her. She would know him when she saw him. Because they weren't just standing next to each other like, oh, it was just somebody in the picture. They were hugged up. My God. Mistakenly parked. All these mistakes. That's like our 20th anomaly now with just the shit at the building itself. We have to believe from the beginning she doesn't know she's on the 4th parking structure. Which, by the way, that means she got on the elevator at the 4th floor. Which means she didn't get on the elevator. The bitch walked. Because you don't get on the elevator on the 4th floor to go to the 4th floor. So, She says she mistakenly parked on his floor instead of hers, which is one floor down, bitch. And instead of her key, and inserted her key in Botham's door, which was slightly ajar. No, it wasn't. Because I already told you, we've learned that those doors shut themselves firmly. That's your 21st anomaly. She lied to authorities and said the apartment was nearly completely dark. And she thought she was being burglarized. No, it wasn't. Because when that door opened, the light from the hallway illuminated that apartment inside. At least to some degree. That's another lie. Wait, can we get that picture again? Nope, still won't do it. Because they keep showing that picture of his apartment over here to the right. You can see just the lighting just there. And remember, that's an indoor, so that lighting is not like, oh, that's during the daytime, Jedi. No, no. That's how it looks. They're never going to play it down. Bitches. It's worth it, y'all. Notice this over here. They're going to show everything under the sun except for that now. Whatever. We're moving on. Alright. Let's see. Now, she says she mistakenly, and the door was ajar. Alright. She told authorities the apartment was nearly completely dark. That's a lie. And she thought she was being burglarized. Which means if it was completely dark, she couldn't see him and he couldn't see her. So don't give me that I gave verbal commands bullshit. You see what I'm saying? This is an insult to us as a people, everybody. They do this shit because we're not coming for that. See there? See there? See that lighting? See all that light? Look at that. Wait, I can even go back. Whatever. Anyways. So we're over the it was completely dark bullshit. The bitch is lying. Alright. The apartment was nearly completely dark and she thought she was being burglarized. Gave verbal commands that were ignored and fired twice. How do you know if they were being ignored if you couldn't see him? 'Cause you could see him and you knew him. She then called 911, gave first aid, no the bitch didn't, and turned on the lights. Listen, we see every fucking time in shit that we have on video, they never give first aid to people they shoot. Never. That's a lie. Gave first aid and turned on the lights. When 911 dispatch asked her where she was, she returned to the front door to see the address and realized that the apartment wasn't hers. The affidavit said, well, just a second. If you think you're in your apartment, you would give your own damn address. You don't need to go to the door and check the damn address. Wait, I'm in my apartment. Let me go see what my address is. Hold on, 911, while I'm not giving fucking CPR. This is the shit they're giving us, everybody. This is how, when our men don't walk off the fucking NFL field, they understand they can get away with this shit. They realize nobody's coming to take out the precinct. You understand? They'll just tell the niggers anything. This would never fly, all this shit, if he had been white and she had been black. No way in hell. She would have been under the jail. You couldn't even see her. Think about how ridiculous this is. She then called 911 and gave first aid, which is a fucking lie. When the dispatch asked her where she was, comma, the answer should be, I'm at my apartment. I live at such and such and such and such. I'm Officer so-and-so. No. Instead, the pixie goes, she returned to the front door, goddammit, to see the address in her own building. And lo and behold, I was in fucking Munchkin Land and had no idea. And I saw Glinda the fucking Good Witch. And then she realized the apartment wasn't hers. This, I can't, dude. They need to drop this bitch off on a fucking island and let the ants eat her alive. The affidavit also includes more lies about the Rangers' search warrant for Botham's apartment, and says that they thought he may have been expecting a visitor. No, you don't. There's no way for you to think that. Because then you're getting into dangerous territory, Rangers. Because if you're saying you think he was expecting a visitor, that means the lights in the fucking apartment would have been on. Huh? The TV would have been on. Scent would have been going because you're expecting a visitor. Even if it was the homie, the game station would have been out or some bullshit. They don't want to go there. They don't want to go there. I could prosecute this fucking case my damn self. I could prosecute this damn case. You give me a courtroom and a jury, and this bitch will fry. Done. And I don't need a team of attorneys with me. I don't need a dream team. I am the goddamn dream. Understand it. This is what they're printing, though, everybody. The affidavit details about how these mysterious Rangers who never did a fucking thing, about the Ranger search warrant for Botham's apartment, and say that they thought he may have been expecting a visitor. Yeah, because the apartment was pitch black and he was in his underwear. So he was clearly expecting a visitor, if we listen to this whore. Now, which one is it? Either the place is pitch black and he's in his fucking underwear, or he's expecting a visitor and he's got some damn clothes on, especially if one of the homies is coming over. And that means lights are on. They're pulling that out of their ass. You see? White collusion. The Rangers, the Dallas police, all of them. The murdering whore, everybody's in on it. All you got to do is be white. And you're in on it. And you'll go along with it. Because they always do. That may have been expecting a visitor. Because a search warrant or consent is required to search a home, and Botham was not able to give consent. Police asked a judge for a search warrant. Just a second. Now we're finally getting our first magistrate, everybody. There's our first judge. Because where was the fucking judge when the Rangers were trying to get their shit? And when the fucking fake-ass police chief was trying... Come on. But now, down here, a judge. But they never explain. Because listen, we have to read this again. The affidavit also includes details about the Rangers' search warrant for Botham's apartment, and says, I think there should have been a comma there, and says that they thought, the Rangers, they, that he may have been expecting a visitor, period. Well, why do you think that? You're going to tell me after this period, right? Okay. Because a search warrant or consent is required. No, they don't give us an answer. They start giving us a procedure. After because. You've not explained to me why you thought, they thought he may have been expecting a visitor. Period. because the lights were on, or he saw flowers, or something. No. Because, ready for the answer of why they thought he was expecting a visitor? Because a search warrant or consent is required to search a home, and Botham was not able to give consent, so police asked the judge for a search warrant. That's why they thought he was expecting a visitor. I'm reading what the fuck is in front of us, everybody. They never give us a reason why they thought he was expecting a goddamn visitor. And suddenly, out of a puff of smoke, we get our first magistrate. This is murder. It is a lynching. And it is a conspiracy. I proclaim to you right now on this day. Now, 9/11. Everybody's distracted now. Ooh, it's 9/11. Let's ring the bell. Let's remember the victims. Ah, the Jedi's doing a live stream. September 11. Nobody's paying attention. Nobody's paying attention. What are we going to find here? Remember, I'm just reading this for the first time, everybody. I'm going through this with you. September 11th. The District Attorney's Office, which typically conducts a separate investigation into shootings involving police, that would have been our first black whore with the fucking bundle on top of her head. And one of my sisters is going to tell me if that was a fucking lace front the bitch had. The District Attorney's Office, comma, which typically... Now, since we had that comma, I'm expecting some bullshit or another anomaly. Because they say the District Attorney's Office, comma, which typically conducts a separate investigation into shootings involving a police, which this bitch didn't do, executes a search warrant seizing an electronic door locks from both them and the lying whore's apartment. Data that could confirm whether the lying whore went home before going to Botham's apartment. Just a second. That's new now. First of all, this district attorney, that black bitch could have fucking arrested her ass and charged her that night in collusion with her sister, who's the goddamn police chief. But now on the 11th now, they say that they typically conduct a separate investigation into shootings involving police, but she didn't. So why are you even telling us that? You see? So this should read, the District Attorney's Office, something else, not this. So instead, it says the District Attorney's Office, which typically conducts a separate investigation into shootings involving police, comma, executes a search warrant on the 11th. Because they didn't do anything back on the 6th. They were powerless and they had to give it over to the Rangers and the Tooth Fairy. But now on the 11th, they execute a search warrant, seizing electronic door locks from both of their apartments. Data that could confirm, this was important, whether the lying whore went home before going to Botham's apartment. Now, that means somebody thinks it's what I've been saying since my opening damn opener. Premeditated murder. Because why are they suddenly saying to see if she went home first? Why are you even saying that? Because she's already given her statement, which said that she went up to the fourth floor and then she went to this apartment. Why is anybody introducing this idea of her going home first? Why are you even checking for that? I never said that. It's like one of those moments like, wait, I never said that. It's like when somebody says something to you, you never said it, and they just gave you some shit and they didn't realize it. This is that moment right here, everybody, on paper. And it's after a comma even. Because they want to go out of their way to tell you, they normally conduct all these things, they give you a procedure and all the bullshit, and they comma, data that could confirm whether or not the murdering whore went home before going to Botham's apartment. Really? And you're a late bitch, because now you want to drop that on us on the 11th, when bitch you didn't do shit on the 6th? Oh my God, this could be a book, do you understand? And I should write it. Wow. I should have live streamed this. I should have live streamed this. Quite frankly, it's not too late. I could just complete what is done, start the live stream, let that, and when that finishes, then I come in live and start right here at the 11th. I could do that. It's too much work. I'm over it. And way too many lies. My head would explode. So they're introducing and suggesting something else here now. That's new. And by the way, if you're asking for that in your warrant on the 11th, that means your bitch ass knew something back here on the 6th, bitch. And you did nothing. Huh? You did nothing. Because it says here, the first time we're introduced to the district attorney, it says that response team begins its independent investigation, as it typically does involving police shootings. But that was just a misnomer, I told you. They just said that, like, yeah, we're doing something. And then Renee brought her little bitch bundle wearing ass up in here with her bullshit. And then the next thing, we just turn over to the Rangers. You see? Now we get down here to the 11th, and now she wants to look like she's doing it all. Oh, and we've executed a search warrant on the electronic door locks. You know, like they've just got all this evidence, and it's MacGyver and fucking all the shit. Now, that could confirm is the language. That means we've already suspected and tested. Now, data that means there's been a finding. If there must have been a finding if you're saying data that could confirm. That means, damn it. I'm so fucking over this goddamn website. I don't know what to do. Because here now, they're saying it could confirm whether she went to her apartment first. Well, where did you get that information? Because she didn't say she went to her apartment first. We've not seen any witness statements that say that. And we haven't really seen any really in-depth witness statements, but even just the cursory stuff we've seen, I don't expect we're going to get any in-depth witness statements. We probably have some ear witnesses at best. You know, no real eyewitnesses so much, you know, of the main event and all that stuff. So this is very concerning. They say that it could confirm. Now, they also collected photos and videos from Botham's apartment, as well as gunshot residue and later measurements of the firearm trajectory. Just a second. Why are you taking photos and videos from his house? Not like they snapped photos and videos. No. They collected, not produced. They collected photos and videos from this brother's apartment. He's the fucking victim in his own goddamn house. Why are you collecting photos and videos? Because maybe, just maybe, some of those pictures were him and this white bitch. Huh? That was a stranger to her. Although I've already produced the people's evidence already showing she was hugged up with him. At the very least, there was a cursory relationship, at least a familiarity between human beings. You understand? First names were known. And the fact that he is from St. Lucia, we would expect he also had an accent, which would also make him outstanding in that way, memorable. So when he said, "Why did you do that?" it would have been in that voice. This bitch knew who he was. We need to know, why was her funky ass in that apartment? And why didn't somebody throw her bitch ass head first over the goddamn railing? Now, look at the backwardness of this. They collected photos and videos from his apartment, as well as gunshot residue and laser measurements of firearm trajectory. No, bitch. It should be, we were there to collect gunshot residue and laser measurements of firearm trajectory. You see where their priorities are? Again, it's not what you say, it's how you say it, and what language do you use to say it. And in this case, they used this language first. They also collected photos and videos from his apartment, as well as, which those things should be the secondary stuff, but they're using the as well as for the primary stuff, as well as gunshot residue and laser measurements of firearm trajectory. I'm losing my voice, damn it. The underlying affidavit outlining probable cause for the warrant was sealed. Wow. Do you see that? Do you see that? They tell you they collected videos and the firearm trajectory and da-da-da-da-da, and they wanted the locks and they wanted the last time he took a shit and everything. But then we get to this little island. The underlying affidavit outlining why the bitches wanted a warrant for his fucking place to begin with was sealed. White collusion, white allegiance. White murder, white terror. White racism. Period. This is a deliberate, premeditated act. A conspiracy. My God. Again, just from this still shot, everybody, look at all the lighting that's there. Look at the lighting that's there. You see? And it's overhead, and so we will imagine now when that door opens how much that, because that light's going to travel now. It doesn't stay there like, so, oh, I can't go in, I'm light, I have to stay out here, I'm not allowed. No, fuck that. You open that door and the light floods the room. Whatever. You understand? Let's enter that fucking photograph as people's evidence number 2, goddammit. Now, we're to the 12th now, because everybody's forgotten about everything on September 11th. Now, the 12th. Another search warrant is granted. Now, another one. Remember, they couldn't get those search warrants. Damn, those pesky search warrants that the sheriff, the chief couldn't get, and either could the, damn it, district attorney. But on the 12th, it's search warrants for everybody. You get a search warrant. 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 You see? Now on the 12th, another search warrant, another one, is granted to obtain surveillance footage from the night of the shooting and all entry and access logs for the complex. Just a goddamn second. So, up here, they won't tell you why the warrant, why they wanted the warrant. Huh? But they've collected photos and videos from his house. Now, seems to me, and that was the 11th, seems to me that surveillance footage would be primer, el precedente. You understand? We'll wait till that. We'll wait to get that pesky surveillance footage. We'll wait till the 12th. Who needs that? I want those photos and videos from his house is what I want. That'll tell me. But now on the 12th, it's search warrants for everybody, and they reveal to us what was the nature of the search warrant. So these ones you could tell us, and you're getting shit you should have had back on the fucking 6th. But the ones to get the fucking shit from his house, you can't tell us. That's sealed. But on the 12th, you get search warrants for everybody, and it's to obtain surveillance footage from the night of the shooting and all entry and access logs to the complex. So if there's entry logs at that damn complex, then bitch, I know the elevators are marked with big ass 1, 2, 3, and 4s. You understand me? The bitch knew she was on the 4th floor, and I bet you there's assigned parking that correlates with your unit number. The bitch knew she was not in her parking space. She knew she was on the 4th floor. This was how they decided to set it up. Well, how do I have a reason to be up in his apartment? He lives above me. And the co-conspirator said, we'll just say you just accidentally drove up to that side and you went, because you live right above him, so you just drove up there by accident. You thought it was your own apartment. You just went to, because it's the same distance you would walk to your same apartment. And he's just fucking shoot him when he opens the door. Yeah, that's it. And then call 911. Okay. That's the conspiracy. And later when we see the video of the bitch pacing, that was she was calling her co-conspirators. She can't believe she did it. And she's wanting them to give her guarantees that the next stage of this conspiracy is already set up and in place. That they got her back. She's a pixie. Do you understand? A fucking praying mantis. I'm over it. But now they want all the shit for every entry and access log for the complex and the fucking planet Jupiter. They want it all. And they want the unreleased documents of the Kennedy assassination. Who was on the grassy knoll? They want it. They want it. Where's my punch? Listen, you got to get up early and stay up late to pull shit over on me. You just do. You just do. You just do. I am a problem finder and a problem solver. Always have been. I was regional specialist for Xerox for 3.5 years back in Maryland. You know, when you walk into any establishment, because Xerox machines are everywhere. You're in federal buildings, you're in law offices, I mean, anything you could think of, you're in there to fix a fucking Xerox machine. And you only have some non-sophisticated person that works at that location telling you something's wrong with the copier, we don't know, you see? And now you got to make that machine speak to you. You see? Is it zero graphics? Is it zero graphics? Is it software? Is it electronic? Is it voltage? Is it mechanical? You see? You don't know. And you need that damn machine to speak to you. So there's things you got to start doing to test to see, is it this? Could it be this? You see? It's just you and the machine. There's nobody to help you. You got to use your damn noodle. Such is the case with shit like this. You got to read between the goddamn lines. Now the 13th. Botham is honored at a funeral at the Greenville Avenue Church of Christ in Richardson. He will be buried in St. Lucia. Excuse me. The Dallas police search warrant, here we back to search warrants, everybody, which contains details about what was found in his apartment, is returned and made public by a magistrate. Huh? Quick, it's the 13th. We have to make it look like we're doing something now. And by the way, what day of the week was this? So, let's see. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So it's exactly a week later. From the 6th to the 13th, that's exactly 1 week. Or it's whatever. 6 days. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah. 7 days. Now, so the warrant, which contained details about what was found in his apartment, is returned and made public by a judge. The judge made it public, not the police. Items found inside his apartment include 2 fired cartridge casings from this murdering white whore, a laptop, because he was brilliant, ballistic vest with, quote, police markings. Well, wouldn't that have been her vest? And if not, I would suggest to you that furthers my suspicion of there having been a familiarity between the two of them. She just lives right below him. They're hugged up in a picture. Oh, here, I can give you one of my old police vests. Huh? Come on now. If they're saying that that's his, because they're talking about the cartridges, are they saying hers? Did the bitch try and take her vest off when she was given this heroic, CPR that she was giving that we know never happened? What police vest are we talking about? 10.4 grams of marijuana. So what? Marijuana is legal in most places across the fucking country, either medicinal use or recreational use or certain quantity use. Or I mean, there's that's not even anything now. So what did marijuana? That's like you had a pair of Jordans sitting in the living room. That means nothing. So what? You see? But it doesn't. But it does mean something for white devils who will sit there smoking their fucking marijuana as they're judging this, as if that makes him a bad person. And by the way, he's from St. Lucia. That's the Caribbean. Marijuana is a way of life for most Caribbeans. Certainly a great number of them. So this means nothing. But It also goes to guilt, because you only try to throw dirt on the victim if you're guilty some kind of way. If you come out like a rose, you don't need to investigate shit they've done. He's dead. You're in his apartment. I haven't done anything wrong. There's nothing to investigate him for. My shit is airtight and it holds up until it doesn't. Quick, find something that and that search warrant was really to go there and plant this 10.4 grams of marijuana. They planted it. They planted it because they're murdering fucking lying devils. They planted it, I proclaim. And a marijuana grinder. Ooh. Whew. It was bad enough he had that marijuana, you guys, but now my whole idea of him has changed now. I don't know about that Botham. I mean, he had a grinder, dude. Now you've gone over the line with the Jedi. You've gone over the line. He had a grinder. This can't be allowed. You see, trying to make it sound like he was damn near a dealer. It's 10.4 grams of marijuana. By the way, let's ask this white whore, what is the marijuana law in goddammit Dallas? Where's my phone? She said, that bitch trying to run. So I'm saying, goddammit, it don't matter if they electronic. You can't trust their ass. Is marijuana legal in Dallas, Texas? She act like she can't talk now. Texas marijuana laws in 2018 and beyond, from the Dallas Observer. Gotta do your work, everybody. You have to do your work. Excuse me. The Dallas Observer. After several steps forward in 2017, here's what's... Come on now, ads and shit popping up. Get your pictures off me. Here's what's next for Texas marijuana policy, everybody. This is dated December 27th, 2017. One of the biggest positive steps, everybody. One of the biggest positive steps for marijuana reform in Texas in 2017 happened here in Dallas on December 1. The city began issuing citations rather than making arrests for possession of less than 4 ounces of marijuana. And he had 10.4 grams. Get off my ass. Those busted are still subject to the same penalties as they were before, but Dallas's small step forward came after years of false starts and hard working. In other Dallas city counties, those arrested for pot possession alone will be released on personal recognizance bonds once they are processed, rather than being required to pay bail. I don't need to read any fucking further. So there's no need for them to even mention. That's like, oh, we went to Baskin Robbins, and you're not gonna. I don't want to say this. We can't put this out for the public. We found ice cream. We found ice cream. How dare they have ice cream at Baskin Robbins? So the desperateness of this says to me there's no doubt they planted the marijuana because he's a black man. And I don't know why they think that. Like, I don't fucking do drugs, dude. And I sure in the fuck don't smoke no goddamn marijuana. But I live in this society. And what I know absolutely is nobody is dangerous on fucking marijuana. Nobody. Find me now a headline of the church family that was killed in their van, head on, from a pot smoker. I'd like to see that headline. Just like to see it. Show me now the person who went in and shot up a police precinct and took off all their clothes and was yelling, God is going to save the world with this Tic Tac because they were on weed. I'd like to see that report. Just like to see that. No, because it doesn't exist. This is that old hat bullshit that they pull out. Well, look, he had weed. It's like the sister that had the cell phone cover that was a gun, and they were like, "Well, look, it's her fucking cell phone cover. Look, it's a gun though, but it's in the shape of a gun, which means she's just as evil as we want black people to be, because they will never be as fucking hateful and genocidal and murderers as us. So all we can do is go for their marijuana and their fucking cell phone covers." Wow. And there was a grinder and 2 used packages of medical aid. Alert the press. I don't even know what medical aid is. 2 used packages of medical aid? Let's ask the white heifer. What is medical aid? That's a dumb question. Because it's gonna, it's like health plans and shit, like I'm over it. So I don't know what 2 packages of medical aid are. The warrant does not specify whom the items belong to. Listen, just the fact that exists is overkill to their conspiracy. We're in his apartment. That's like, police also found a sofa in the apartment, but it doesn't specify who it belonged to. They also found a toothbrush in the apartment, but it doesn't specify who it belonged to. There was curtains and blinds and a television as well, but the warrant doesn't specify who the items belong to. We'll have to get back to that. Give me a fucking break. They planted it. That's why this fucking sentence even exists. Well, it doesn't specify who the items belong to. It's in his apartment. If you're ambiguous about it, that means you doubt that it's his. Are you with me, everybody? Type, "I'm with you, Jedi," because I don't know if I've lost you somewhere along the way. Because it's gotten kind of twisty. But the very existence of this sentence suggests that there's ambiguity. And if there's ambiguity, that means it doesn't belong to him. Because by default, it is reasonable for a person to think, as the law defines reasonable, which means what most people would think, just random out of the air, people would think if it's in your house, it belongs to you. Period. Last time I pulled up to Oprah's house and there was a Bentley out front, I didn't assume it belonged to like the people that lived in the next county. I was pretty sure it belonged to Oprah. You understand? So that's telling. You see? Sometimes you can overtell shit. You're saying too much. You see what I'm saying? You should have set your ass up about 10 minutes ago, but you kept talking. Now you busted. Now that was the 13th. Now the 14th. Court records. Now we're in court. Court records for the district's attorney's office. That doing anything ass betrayal ass bitch. For the district attorney's office, warrants are made public. None that they filed. Except for the electronic bullshit when they were trying to look all amazing on the 12th or the 13th or some bullshit. I'm over it. Or September 11th. Botham's mother demands that this white, racist, murdering whore be fired from the Dallas Police Department. She also criticized the release of the search warrant the day before, saying her son has been, quote, smeared, and that people are covering up for this lying devil who she referred to as the devil. Okay, good. I'm glad they put that there, because I put devil because we knew I showed you the clip of her saying calling her devil, and I thought they weren't going to print it. But alas, she refers to her as the devil. I love it. That is my sister. September 16th now. An email to residents obtained by some fucking channel states that the lying whore, the lying murdering whore, the lying murdering racist whore no longer lives at Southside Flats. Oh, she's gotten out, everybody. She had to move. Because when they get there and find out that her apartment doesn't look a fucking thing like his, and there's no way her fucking ass could have mistaken apartments, it's going to look even worse. So she's got to get out and draw attention away from that building. You see? 10 days later, the bitch is moving. She murders him on the 6th. 16th, she's out. email to residents. Huh? That means it came from the office or the management of the place. An email to the tenants. I'll put it in that language, not the residents. An email to the tenants that was obtained by the media states that this lying, racist, murdering white whore no longer lives in Southside Flats. It does not say when she moved. Huh? See what I'm saying? And that could be a lie. The bitch could still be there, holed up. Because just in 10 days you move? 10 days? That's a quick-ass move. I don't care who you are. It takes about 3 days just to pack up the damn kitchen. You see? I don't like that either. That's fishy and sketchy. Wow. Okay, so that looks like that's the end of that. Five things to know. These are just other stuff to click on. We're not doing it. We're not doing that. We're not doing that because we're long, and I don't care that we're long. It's just that I don't mind being long. I just don't want to go into stuff that it's just nah. We'll need that. Nah. All right, let us get into our first video now. Now, there's not a whole lot to this. There's just a couple things that I want to point out in this video. Among them are our two ear witnesses that they were not aware of at the time, which would be in the best position to tell us about any conversation that happened. All right. Now you're going to see the murdering whore. Now, this is being filmed by somebody that lives there. Like, I don't know if it's from their front door, if they're standing out on their railing, or whatever. But anyway. That's the lying whore. Look, now she does her radio. She's on a personal call on her damn cell phone. And I suggest she may have even seen the person that's filming her. Because that was a quick little detour. Detour. Look. Right there. And then she immediately goes back down the hall. You see, I suggest she's calling the co-conspirators. Because she's not on a radio. She is on a personal call on her damn cell phone. I understand that. Look. Because that's why she's turned down her radio. So that even her mic doesn't pick up her personal call probably, even. You feel me? Look, you see, and why did you have to go down the hall to say something? That means you had something to say that you didn't want everybody else to hear. What was it? Why? I suggest she saw the person that's filming, and then went back down the hall, because she came down here to have privacy. She get down here, she's seen somebody, she walked towards the railing, she realized somebody's filming, and she walked back down the hall. Fake bitch. Now that was obviously somebody arriving. You know, probably a coworker right there. Right there. Right there. Now that's when they're taking him out. And they're working on him. You can tell this dude's on top of him working on him. Let's go back. Now, here's your ear witnesses, everybody. Wait, let's go back. Now, you want to be looking down here at the bottom of your screen. Right there to the right, that's your first ear witness on the right. And then on the left, you have another ear witness. There's your two witnesses. They would have heard everything. You understand me? eyewitnesses. And the acoustics are such that they could, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't really hear it because of the acoustics and the way the phone is picking it up. But they would hear, you see? And so whatever they heard even before this. Excuse me. So, one more time through this. And we'll move through these videos kind of quickly because I am worn out. There's the lying whore. She's nervous there now, you see. But she's calling those co-conspirators to make sure that the next part of the conspiracy is going to go off without a hitch and all that. Because why isn't she on her radio? This is still an active scene. Why isn't she on her radio? She's on a cell phone.
All the way around. This is going to horseshoe all the way around.
There's your two ear witnesses down at the bottom of your screen.
All the way around. All the way around. This is going to horseshoe all the way around.
There's your two ear witnesses. And it's kind of, you actually have an advantage really too when you just can hear, and you're not being influenced by visuals. So they just only heard. You see, that's what we want to know about. Like, what did y'all ask here? You see. Now let's hear this ABC News, this short report.
Meantime, tonight, we move on to the other news this Monday. And in Dallas this evening, a police officer has now been charged with manslaughter after going into the apartment she thought was hers. It was her neighbor's. She shot him in the chest and killed him. Tonight, a neighbor's cell phone video appearing.
And for it to be so dark, she was still able to hit her target in the chest. This is a lying ass bitch, everybody. I don't give a damn. This is cold. This is premeditated murder. Period.
Into the apartment she thought was hers. It was her neighbor's. She shot him in the chest and killed him. Tonight, a neighbor's cell phone video appearing to show the officer pacing there outside the apartment, afterward calling.
That bitch ain't pacing. You see how they're helping her out? White collusion, white allegiance. You see? So they're helping. So it appears her pacing. That's to suggest that she's contrite and distraught over this. No, she's not. This bitch is in survival mode now and covering her tracks. You see, for her premeditated murder. But you see how they just, listen to the language.
Neighbor's cell phone video appearing to show the officer pacing there outside the apartment.
It appears her pacing. No, you see her come down and walk back. That's not pacing, bitch.
And afterward calling 911. In this video tonight of EMTs trying to save the victim's life.
Like, why would they do that? Like, we already saw the video. There's nothing there to see. They try to make make it seem like it's something to really see, and you're missing something, and you're not. Oh my God, it's all of them, dude. All of them.
In this video tonight of EMTs trying to save the victim's life, that neighbor. Tonight, that officer is now charged, and what she reportedly told authorities about what happened in that apartment. ABC's Marcus Moore from Dallas.
Tonight, this video from a neighbor appears to show Officer Amber Guyger on the phone. Medics desperately trying to revive 26-year-old Botham Jean moments after she shot him. And we are learning new details from the night the off-duty Dallas police officer opened fire after walking into the wrong apartment and killing a man in his own home. According to this affidavit, Guyger says after leaving work, she inserted a key fob in a...
No, after leaving work, the bitch went and did crystal meth is what the bitch did. You see what I'm saying? I understand that.
Guyger says after leaving work, she inserted a key fob in a door she thought was hers, but it was already partially open.
No, it wasn't. I already told you those doors shut like a spring action type thing. And the fucking glow in the day and night ass red throw rug. You understand me? The bitch is lying.
And killing a man in his own home. According to this affidavit, Guyger says after leaving work, she inserted...
Also, we know the bitch wasn't distraught because her eyeliner is still intact. It's not running, so that means the bitch wasn't doing any crying at all. Period. Gotta notice everything in front of you, dude.
inserted a key fob in a door she thought was hers, but it was already partially open.
And she's meant to look small there, because, you know, they normally always put up a picture of these motherfuckers in uniform, no matter what heinous crime they've done. No matter what. You see? And so this picture is very suspect.
According to this affidavit, Guyger says after leaving work, she inserted a key fob in a door she thought was hers, but it was already partially open.
It wasn't partially open.
According to the warrant, the apartment was dark, and Guyger saw Jean's silhouette.
No, she didn't. I already showed you the lighting outside of his apartment. And we've heard two things from the bitch. First, it was dark and she saw a silhouette. Then she said that he confronted her at the door, which means if that door's open, that light is on him. Period. We've proven that the bitch is lying. We've proven that in this video.
Guyger says after leaving work, she inserted a key fob in a door she thought was hers, but it was already partially open. According to the warrant, the apartment was dark, and Guyger saw Jean's silhouette and thought her home was being burglarized.
She didn't see a fucking silhouette. Fuck her.
She claims she pulled out a gun,
Pulled out a gun. Wait now. What about her service revolver? A gun. That's interesting language here now.
Was hers, but it was already partially open. According to the warrant, the apartment was dark, and Guyger saw Jean's silhouette and thought her home was being burglarized. She claims she pulled out a gun, gave verbal commands which were allegedly...
And notice the picture they selected of our brother. You see, it's a close-up meant to make her look even smaller. Like there was this big towering dude over this white bitch. You see, it's subliminal, everybody. It's subliminal. It's subliminal.
After leaving work, she inserted a key fob in a door she thought was hers, but it was already partially open. According to the warrant, the apartment was dark, and Guyger saw Jean's silhouette.
Lies.
And thought her home was being burglarized. She claims she pulled out a gun.
A gun. Not she pulled her service revolver. A gun. That's interesting language for me. A gun. I can't get ready for that. I can't get ready for it.
Gave verbal commands which were allegedly ignored.
She pulls out a gun and gives verbal commands. That doesn't even go together. She pulls out her service revolver because you're trying to paint the picture of this officer. But she pulls out a gun and gives verbal commands.
But it was already partially open. According to the warrant, the apartment was dark, and Guyger saw Jean's silhouette and thought her home was being burglarized. She claims she pulled out a gun, gave verbal commands which were allegedly ignored, and shot twice, hitting Jean in the abdomen. Texas Rangers
I've already litigated that part, like, fuck her.
Arresting Guyger over the weekend.
No, they didn't. This is lies. I went through that forensically. The timeline. The bitch turned herself in. Remember? She was admitted and was seen in the log. They're trying to say that the Rangers arrested her. No, they didn't.
Saw Jean's silhouette and thought her home was being burglarized. She claims she pulled out a gun, gave verbal commands which were allegedly ignored, and shot twice, hitting Jean in the abdomen. Texas Rangers arresting Guyger over...
No, they didn't. I've already been over the fucking Power Rangers. They didn't do a fucking thing, but helped to delay the whole process and cover her ass.
The weekend, charging her with manslaughter, but the Dallas County DA...
This bitch, y'all. I can't. And by the way, this is mother here and the family. I think, and this is the attorney right there. Okay, but this bitch, look at her grill, y'all. The bitch's grill is leaning on a fucking crutch. Understand this.
Says more serious charges are not out of the question.
You see, this is your powerless ass black person in a powerful position. She's the fucking district attorney. You know, remember we heard during the Ferguson thing that district attorneys can indict a ham sandwich and all the bullshit? You see, when they say, oh, we'll give it over to a grand jury, that's immediately an acquiescence of justice. Like, we're not seeking justice here. Because she has the power to fucking charge this bitch outright. Fuck her, man. And to my women, tell me if this bitch is wearing a fucking wig and a lace front.
Weekend, charging her with manslaughter, but the Dallas County DA says more serious charges are not out of the question.
The grand jury will
Look at the bitch's grill.
be able to look
A Christian bitch. She can only chew in the front. She looked like a fucking horse. As we say in Spanish, tiene el diente de un caballo. You see? Like, look at her. I can't, dude. I cannot with fucking Christians.
Aspects of this case, which will include anything.
Wait.
The grand jury will be able to look at.
No, bitch, you would be able to.
The grand jury will be able to look at all aspects of this case.
This bitch is on fucking heroin,
dude. The grand
dude.
jury will be able to.
Look at her fucking grill. It's on a fucking crutch, dude.
The grand jury will be able to look at all aspects.
Her grill is on a crutch. Do you understand me?
The grand jury will be able to look at all aspects of this case. Which
look at her trying to act like she's talking tough.
Question.
I can't. No, bitch. You supposed to be able to do something. She comes out as if she's just some spokesperson. She's the fucking DA. She's Marilyn Mosby, everybody. Just so we're clear, like, y'all remember the Freddie Gray thing and Marilyn Mosby's the DA. This bitch is the DA.
And jury will be able to look at all aspects.
And you saw how the White Devils went in on Marilyn Mosby because she asserted her power. She immediately brought charges against the fucking police. And they all, to a person, had their fucking hair on fire. Because this is what they expect you to do. They just want you there so they can act like they feel good about themselves. But they don't want you to have fucking power. You understand? And this toothless ass bitch is doing exactly what Massa needed her to do. Bitch.
And jury will be able to look at all aspects of this case, which will include anything from murder.
Anything from murder. It could just be anything. We don't know what it could be. It could just be anything. Even on the DA, it could just be anything. No, bitch, you're supposed to have a charge.
Of this case, which will include anything from murder, manslaughter, or what have you.
So fucking black Christians, dude. Can't stand their fucking ass.
As a family mourns and demands justice.
I'm not satisfied that we have all the answers.
And
wait, we are suspect, everybody,
that we have
of Benjamin Crump. Appreciate the brother. I like his country style, you know, like you can tell you're real country. And like that's like a dude you know you could just sit and have, like, he probably has like the best fucking catfish. Where you just like sit outside and eat it on newspaper and shit. You feel me? But I'm concerned that no matter where shit happens, he's there. Like this shit could be in the Antarctic and his ass would be standing up behind the mic. You see? And he's another fucking Christian. Another black Christian. The worst thing amongst us. You understand? Because we have people in place of power in every sector in this fucking country. We could be making a damn difference. Just like that fucking toothless ass bitch could have charged her fucking ass. So could the damn police chief. You see? Black Christians, the worst fucking thing that ever existed on the damn earth.
I'm not satisfied that we have all the answers.
And David, that arrest warrant affidavit also says Guyger lives in the apartment just below Jean's. And tonight, the lawyer for the family says they disagree with the timeline in that affidavit and that they have witness accounts that dispute how that officer got into Jean's apartment.
And that probably was your two ear witnesses that I was pointing out to you in that clip. You see? I can't, dude. We got one more clip and we're over it, everybody. Now this is CN, goddammit, in.
All right, Dallas police are planning to charge one of their own with manslaughter. A patrol officer...
Wait. Did you hear that shit? One of their own. I've pointed this out to you in previous work. One of their own. You see? Because it's an us-them with these motherfucking people. Fuck all police. You understand? All of them. Every fucking single one of them. But this is, you heard how and when they lose, you know, when one of them finally fucking gets killed, police lost one of their own. They don't do that for the military. They say America lost one of our brave servicemen and women or some bullshit. Only with their bitch ass. One of their own. Frederica goddammit Whitfield.
All right, Dallas police are planning to charge one of their own with manslaughter. A patrol officer shot her 26-year-old neighbor after the officer, entered his apartment, allegedly mistaking the apartment as her own. Police say they will identify the officer once she is officially charged.
See there, we already been through this though, but like, we'll identify her once she's officially charged. In other words, we don't expect she's gonna be charged, so no need to release the name. But in case she do get charged, then we'll give you the name. You see? Bullshit, man.
Joining me right now is CNN law enforcement analyst James Galliano. So, James, at first, Dallas police thought this was an officer-involved shooting, but then they realized...
You hear that? You hear that? You hear that? You hear that? Wait, and what's she going to say?
This is something very different.
Remember when we were going through the timeline, I made the distinction for you between the language of officer-involved shooting and shooting involving an officer. You see? And she just said, police thought this was an officer-involved shooting, and then they realized it was something else. You see, so the distinction is being made there. God damn it, the Jedi does his work. God damn it.
James, at first, Dallas police thought this was an officer-involved shooting, but then they realized this is something very different.
Something very different, so
what we know is that this one officer mistaked the apartment for her own and then shot the man who actually lived in that apartment. I mean, how did they investigate this? Like, how did they get about what went wrong here?
So, Fred, just a horrific tragedy all around. I mean, you've got one innocent, bright young life snuffed out, and this officer, her life will be irrevocably changed as well.
Her.
Now, there's a distinction between bringing murder charges against somebody, meaning that there was prior intent or...
No, damn it, no. Listen, he's trying to make this whole manslaughter murder bullshit, but listen, they're not mutually exclusive, everybody, because you could still have manslaughter, but if you have extenuating circumstances, then they can become still murder, a degree of murder. It's not like it's just, it's either manslaughter or it's murder. There's nothing we could do. No, he's being disingenuous.
That there was prior intent or malice of forethought or some type of...
In other words, and we know that was not the case, so, I mean, she was completely innocent. She didn't mean to do this, even though it was fucking premeditated goddamn murder. I've already proven that in my case.
Or malice of forethought or some type of premeditation to take a life. And manslaughter, which is really the unlawful killing of another person.
He's reading. You're supposed to be the fucking law enforcement analyst, and you're reading it like he's reading, everybody. He's reading. To give the definition of fucking manslaughter. I can't.
Manslaughter, which is...
Notice what's in front of you, damn it, people. Go back.
Somebody, meaning that there was prior intent or malice of forethought or something.
Damn it, I gotta go back.
This, like, how did they get about what went wrong here?
So, Fred, just a horrific tragedy all around. I mean, you've got one innocent, bright young life snuffed out, and this officer, her life will be irrevocably changed as well.
What?
Now, there's a distinction between bringing murder charges against somebody, meaning that there was prior intent or malice of forethought or some type of premeditation to take a life, and manslaughter, which is really the unlawful killing of another person without any prior intention to bring them harm. Now, there's going to be...
He fucking had to read it. I'm over it.
Be some factors here that have got to be played out. We don't know the details yet, Fred.
Look, we don't know the details yet. It's all, we don't have the full story. We don't know what happened before the video started. It's that same vomit, everybody. It's the same cadence, same goddamn orchestra.
To bring them harm. Now, there's going to be some factors here that have got to be played out. We don't know the details yet, Fred.
You mean factors like trying to figure out things like, fatigue, whether, the time in which this happened, the circumstances surrounding it, if any of that explains, how mistakenly going to an apartment ends up in the death of someone?
Fred, you just pointed out mitigating factors. Now,
now he's getting
I'm going to go on the other end and say
now. See, but he should have known that on his own. He didn't bring that up on his own. Now she says that, and then he goes, "Oh, you're bringing up mitigating factors, which I already told you. Manslaughter can go to fucking murder if there's extenuating circumstances, like there can be malice, or there was intent, or there was. I mean, we could go down a list."
You just pointed out mitigating factors.
You just pointed out mitigating factors. I can't with these fucking people, dude. This is a circus act. Do you understand me? Oh my God, I cannot even.
Now I'm gonna go on the other end and say there are also extenuating factors. So let's surmise that the officer had been drinking or was under the influence.
The bitch was on crystal meth, which she was.
Had any predisposed notion maybe she had a beef with this neighbor.
She did, because we know she knew the bitch. I've already shown people's evidence of her hugged up with him.
Factors, and that's exactly what the district attorney has to get to the bottom of. This officer is certainly entitled to due process. But those are the things with this neighbor. Those are all extenuating factors. Let's
again. So that's why the bitch should be charged for fucking murder, because I've already shown that there are extenuating factors. I've shown that. You see. Certainly, my strongest piece of evidence is the bitch, as it relates to what he's talking about right now. The bitch was hugged up with the brother. Hugged up. You see, hugged up.
The officer had been drinking or was under the influence.
The bitch was
or had any predisposed notion. Maybe she had a beef with this neighbor.
She did.
Those are all extenuating factors. You pointed out.
Because we know at least twice. We've learned that at least twice she had called to complain about him making noise above her in his apartment, like walking and whatever.
The mitigating factors, and that's exactly what the district attorney has to get to the bottom of.
And so she goes home this night, and because there's been some other issue between them, and she's there to confront him and to kill him. Period. And then she uses this tired ass fucking excuse that she went to the wrong apartment. Even so much to the ridiculousness that we saw in the evidence, where the 911 operator says, "Where are you?" and the bitch has to go and check the address. Really, bitch? Really? Wow.
Pointed out the mitigating factors, and that's exactly what the district attorney has to get to the bottom of.
No. The district attorney isn't getting to the bottom of shit. I already showed you her fucking horse tooth ass. She's not doing anything. She turned everything over to everybody else. And then she stood up there right next to the family talking about, the grand jury will do what they going to do. I'm going to be in the back room doing my heroin, but the grand jury will do what they're going to do. And because I don't have any power as a fucking wig-wearing ass black bitch. We saw her fucking statement. But you hear what he's saying about the district attorney?
You pointed out the mitigating factors, and that's exactly what the district attorney has to get to the bottom of.
But she's not.
This officer is certainly entitled to due process.
Look, he had to get that in. She's entitled to due process. Like, let's not forget her white ass has rights. Fuck that.
Exactly what the district attorney...
They would never say that about an African person who had committed the same fucking act. Those words would not have come out of his mouth. She's entitled to due process. We know that. Why are you saying that? Why would you say that? Like that, we know that. The fact that you're saying that says volumes.
And that's exactly what the district attorney has to get to the bottom of. This officer is certainly entitled to due process, but those are the things that detectives and investigators are looking at now to determine whether or not she can be charged thus.
Yeah, and then there are issues of eyewitnesses, if there were any, because reportedly the 26-year-old was, at his home.
Look, I don't live in Dallas, but those look like some pretty nice ass apartments too. Like, you would be paying like a little coin for that. Understand? I mean, it ain't better than the Jedi's condo. Like, it's not even like up there. Like, it's nothing.
Or not, she can be charged thus.
Yeah, and then there are issues of eyewitnesses, if there were any, because reportedly the 26-year-old was, at his home, and we don't know if there was anyone or even surveillance cameras or anything like that in the hallways. I mean, what's the likelihood of that?
Well, you and I have talked about this many, many times, Fred. So we live in the 21st century, and in this 21st century,
I did not know I was in the 21st century. I'm so glad he pointed that out. I did not know. I did not see that coming. I did not know that.
is an abundance of available technology afoot. So let's just, again, let's suspend disbelief and let's pretend that there was a beef between these two people. Investigators can certainly go to their social media platforms. They can look at the digital exhaust from, you know.
Well, we already saw the meme that the bitch put out about Colin Kaepernick, huh? So we have the extenuating circumstances here, everybody. This was a personal act. This bitch did this shit on purpose. This lying, fucking, racist, murdering whore.
Suspend disbelief and let's pretend that there was a beef between these two people. Investigators can certainly go to their social media platforms. They can look at the digital exhaust from, you know, telephone calls, things like that. They will certainly use everything. Travel patterns, Easy Pass, license plate scanners. They'll certainly do that. And then it'll be a lot of investigative work, as in talking to human intelligence, talking to family members of the deceased, talking to other residents in that little enclave, and finding out whether or not there was any predisposition here.
He's just trying to earn his fucking CNN check. That's all. He's not enough. You don't fuck him, dude.
Yeah, this is very perplexing, and I'm sure it was very difficult too for Dallas police to respond to this, to now try to investigate, and then now try to reveal, you know, what has been pieced together.
It's awful, and this is at a particular time in our history, Fred, as you and I have discussed before as well, where relationships between police, communities of color.
No, ain't no communities of color. It's black folks. Don't give me that of color bullshit. It's black folks. Period. We are the target of these fucking racist ass goddammit police. And it's every single one of them. There are no fucking good police. They don't exist.
Where relationships between police, communities of color, they're very heightened right now.
They've always been heightened, bitch, since fucking we came to this goddamn shores.
You know, you want to make certain accidents happen, mistakes happen. This officer is certainly entitled to due process.
There's with that due process shit again.
And the benefit of the doubt.
And the benefit of the doubt, he even went that far. 'Cause he's white. Of course he would say that. Of course. But those words wouldn't have come out of his mouth had she been an African.
You want to make certain accidents happen, mistakes happen.
Accidents and mistakes. No, somebody's dead, bitch. That's not no accident or mistake. It's just not. That's not like, oh my god, I lost my ring. Fuck that.
Officer is certainly entitled to due process and the benefit of the doubt, but those questions have got to be asked, and the investigation's got to continue, and hopefully we'll know some answers to that very soon.
And you bring up color because we're talking about the officer, white, and the 26-year-old who was in his apartment.
Right, because it's always white police killing black people. I'm living for the day when we finally see fucking black police killing fucking white people. I'm living for that day. I'm living for that.
Black.
Then the whole conversation will be completely different when their white asses are being killed by black police officers. Finally.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, James Galliano. Thank you.
All right, that's the end of that clip. All right, we're done, everybody. Like, I'm over it. You know, this was premeditated murder. That's my whole stance and position on this, you know. And I think that we've shown that in this video. I've shown that there was a relationship between the two of them. I use that word just as a general word, you know, but where there's a white bitch and a black man, that white bitch definitely wants the black penis. That's a standard, you see. Was there a sexual relationship? We don't know. We just don't know. But we know that she knew him. You know, even if one wanted to say, well, even if we didn't have the evidence of the picture of her hugged up with him, just the fact they live in the same building, at some point you're going to run across each other. The laundry room, in the foyer, somewhere, parking lot, you just would see each other at some point, pulling out, pulling in, you know. So this idea that he was a complete stranger to her wouldn't stand up even in that regard. But here we have evidence that she absolutely knew him and was at least on a first name basis with him because she was hugged up in that picture. Hugged up is the language we're using. And there's this bright red glow in the daytime and nighttime ass rug that his mother had bought for him that was at the entryway of his apartment, which made it very distinguished. She's told two different stories about, first it was a silhouette and it was completely dark, and then the other one he confronted her at the door. Either way, it wasn't dark because I've shown the lighting and the circumstances and what that doorway looks like. We've shown that. So throw out any and all fucking silhouettes. Period. She knew him. She knew him. And there was more of a conversation that went on other than those, what was it, let me in, let me in. You know, there was more of a conversation that went on between them than that, even if witnesses didn't hear it. You see, because when she then shoots him and he goes, why'd you do that? That was specific and personal. Specific and personal, because if it was a stranger, you wouldn't ask a stranger why they shot you. Obviously, they're to attack you. You never ask somebody that comes up and robs you, go, why'd you do that? Well, they're a robber. But if somebody that you know comes up and robs you, you go, why did you do that? Why did you do that? You see? So, goddammit, like I said, they got to get up early and stay up late to pull shit over on the Jedi. They just goddammit do. And I could prosecute this case my damn self. I could prosecute this case my damn self. And indeed, I feel like I've prosecuted it in this fucking video. Period at the end. We've been through the timeline. We've looked at all the parameters. And, you know, shame on those black bitches down there. The police chief, a black woman, couldn't do a fucking thing. District attorney, a black woman, you couldn't do shit. You just let this whole circus act happen the same way it would if it was just fucking white devil ass people involved. So they're not worth a damn. Which is always the case with fucking black Christians. You see, that's why none of your fucking football players can march off of a damn football field and out of a goddamn stadium and just even kneel for even just this brother when his family pleaded to you. What was his cousin or sister or somebody, I can't remember. You know, like I can't. I cannot. You know, the day that the black Muslim outnumbers your bitch asses is the day that things will get done for African people. Because black Christians are nothing but fucking modern day ass goddammit slaves. Still acting like antiquated slaves from the fucking 1800s. I'm over it. But I agree with his mother. This bitch is the devil. Period. And I was so glad she chose that language. Yes, say it. You see? And we ain't here for no niceties. You understand? People that are oppressed speak like they're oppressed. They act like they're oppressed. You see? You don't act to the contrary. You understand me? It's like you're standing in a blizzard, but you're in a fucking bikini. Everybody go, you're not even dressed for this. Like, what are you doing? You see? So when you have African people not acting like oppressed, that means there's a fucking retardation going on in their goddamn brain. Period. Like, you don't know? You know? Type thing. So, I'm over it. I land this plane, everybody. This video wore me out, but it was necessary, you know, in order to be able to discover the truth, as I said earlier, you know. The numbers chasers, they will not go through this like this. They read an article, if they do an article, they show a video or something, and they just bitch about it for 10 minutes. You know, like and subscribe. No, there was so many moving parts to this, and this is just the preliminaries. You understand? We haven't even gotten into the collusion that is to come with how her colleagues have acted and so forth and all of this. So, you know, it's just, I mean, there's more to this. And certainly if I'm going to invest my time in it, it must be done properly, you know. It must be done properly, you know. Botham deserves that. He deserves that from me. You understand? And like I said, it just hurts my heart to have to look at a picture of this brother and realize that we're not doing anything for him. Because everybody's a fucking coward and only concerned about their own ass. You will always be a people on the bottom until you trust the one who created you and know that all power is with him. That nothing is out of his scope. All you got to do is step out and do what the fuck is right. And you will always be victorious. This is the Jedi.